It is our mission to embrace the ideal that our show shall always strive to belittle the stupid and to play an occasional song. We shall also strive to take all of your requests, but to never, under any circumstances, play those requests. It is our mission to offend as many people as we can in the shortest time possible. We shall always remember that no matter how pointless and stupid the things we say are, we shall present them in such a way that they will be lessons that will last a lifetime. We shall strive always to do nothing and to be mean. We shall strive mightily to always be the #1 morning show in Salt Lake, or, if not that, the #2 morning show, or at least somewhere in the top 15 or 20 morning shows. At least once a year, we shall go to someone's home, and we shall eat really good food, and we'll make you wish that you could be there to share it with us. And finally, it is our mission to always remind the listeners that we never lie, and we're always right. So let it be written, so let it be done.
Of America.
I see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
By the way, that is that's Bono, of course, and that's how he raps. That's about as close as he can get to rap.
Is that his rap?
Yeah. I mean, if he were not such a white man, he would have been able.
That's about as white as you can get.
That's what I meant. Yeah, he would have maybe been able to actually rap, but that's as close as an Irishman can get, I think. And so there, I love that song, "Bullet the Blue Sky." It's because
on this day,
1987,
U2 released their 5th studio album, Joshua Tree.
That was their 5th album.
It was their 5th album,
and it was the one that really made them.
Yeah,
I mean, we were playing their songs before that.
It was their.
I think "Boy" was a good album. Yeah. Wasn't there a "Boy"? And
well, as I recall, it's like nearly every track on that album,
pretty much,
was released as a single, and that was when U2 fans who had loved the band before that album abandoned them.
Oh, that's
sell out.
Yeah.
Sell out.
You're popular. I can't like you anymore.
So I still think, although I'm so tired of hearing it, as where the streets have no name is just one of the greatest songs.
I think "With or Without You" from that album.
"With or Without You," both of those. I mean,
yeah.
"With or Without You," I think. Yeah, that's the one I was.
But that's why I picked "Bullet the Blue Sky" because you don't hear that one.
That's a good one. So I like it's Bono's rapping there.
Those of you who are listening late to the show yesterday, they were hoping that we'd sign on with
K-Nam,
CCR.
No.
We're hoping for that.
That's hopefully that was a once in a lifetime thing.
I don't know. We got an HD channel. Maybe we could throw K-Nam onto the HD.
Yeah. I'd like to. By the way, the little Patrick Stewart drop you have there. It would encourage me if you would just periodically during the show play that.
Just once in a while.
Just once in a while, throw that in. From now on for a while.
You just want him checking in and making sure you're enjoying the.
Yeah.
This is Patrick Stewart. How are you liking the program so far?
Yeah,
it's a check-in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of a check-in from Patrick Stewart. So I don't know. I'm more rested today.
Okay.
Than I was yesterday.
That's good.
Feel a little better, but have no. It's like my mind is a blank zone.
That's no good.
No. Yeah, you have ever. Well, you know what that's like. You
Every
have that
day.
every morning, Gina. Yep. It's that where you, if it was a cartoon and you would show what was going on in my mind, it would be it would
an
be
empty
me.
cloud.
Well, it would be me sleeping under a tree, or a fly buzzing around aimlessly. You know how they do on The Simpsons and what Homer's thinking. It's
Nothing.
It's a donkey standing in a pasture.
Focus up.
Yeah.
You got to focus up.
Come on.
There was a wonderful, speaking of a donkey in a pasture, there was a wonderful video yesterday, and I don't remember where I saw it, but it was, I think it was somebody on Reddit or whatever, but boy, cows really love accordion music. And it was, did you watch that? A little girl, and this is, Carrie, you've been around cows. This would be no surprise to you. She's sitting at a fence, and there's an empty pasture, seemingly. Yeah. And she's got, it wasn't an accordion, it was a concertina.
Yeah.
But in a squeeze box.
Little tiny.
Yeah. So she starts playing it, and I didn't really listen too much to it, but I think she knew how to play it. She wasn't just making noise with it, she was playing a little tune. And all of a sudden, way off in the distance, you see these cows start coming toward her.
It's dinner time.
And they get really close to the fence, and they're staring at and listening intently to this music. And they look kind of dumb. They always look kind of dumb and bewildered, but they were interested in it.
Well, they were just there was a noise.
Yeah.
And so they're looking at the noise and hoping that maybe the noise will bring them food.
Yeah.
That's as much thought.
I remember I was up in Huntsville one time years ago, and there were some cows way off in a pasture, and I don't know why I did it. I stood at the fence and started going, sure enough.
Oh, yeah.
They all started coming toward me.
But you were talking to them in their language.
Well, yeah,
I don't know what
cow.
I mean,
I learned it from Carrie years ago, because Carrie speaks cow.
That's right.
This is Patrick Stewart. How are you liking the program so far?
All right.
877-602-9696. That's the number to call right now and check in with the Radio from Hell show. We'll officially begin the program in a minute with your check-ins, the least popular feature we do on this program, 877-602-9696.
You could win Disney on Ice tickets.
We'll award that to a random caller.
That's nice. Diamonds Direct.
The good folks there at Diamonds Direct.
They're good folks. They're friends of the program, actually. When we went down there to visit them, they all were listeners of the show. And so when you go in there to learn about diamonds and buy diamonds, you're talking to friends.
Yeah, you can also talk to them about the Radio from Hell show if you want. But this is a place to go to buy diamond jewelry, fine jewelry. They have direct relationships with diamond cutters mostly in Tel Aviv, which is the big diamond dealing center these days. They have beautiful diamond rings, and they're not like every other place. Designed by top bridal designers, and in a lot of cases they're exclusive to Diamonds Direct. So that's pretty cool.
And if you've been to other places, go in and talk to them about your experiences at other places, or even the stuff that you bought at other places, and bring it in, and I'll bet you they can beat that deal.
And they won't pressure you. They're just kind of friendly, and they're there to teach you about jewelry and diamonds. So buy your fine jewelry at Diamonds Direct. Just go to the store. They're at 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall. On the most.
Broadway Media is a great company, and we provide them service all the time.
Producing a morning show, our hosts get up at 3 in the morning. They start gathering stories, and I got to print them out. I got to get them. Not having the ability to print something made it virtually impossible to do my job.
Okay, I need you to help me with something.
What?
So I'm leaving today for my spring break trip.
Yeah, I was going to ask you some stuff about that.
Going to Maui.
Wow.
And part of what we're going to do there, we're going to go to Molokini. which is supposedly one of the best snorkeling places in the world. Richie is thumbs up. Have you done this, Richie? Will you come in here then?
And so, what? Why will you do that? Because you won't.
Well,
use
so
snorkeling.
here's
This
the
does not
thing.
sound like
So
something
here's
that
the
you
thing.
will do.
So here's the thing.
Now, is this just you and your husband?
No, the kids are going too. The little kids.
The kids are going to ruin it.
Festus
Yeah,
is.
they will.
Festus is staying home, but the little kids are coming.
One of them will get sick. One of them will.
And so we're going to stay at the same hotel where Joe and I got married.
The Goose Crap Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They were swans.
Uh-huh.
The Swan Crap Hotel.
Okay.
That makes it better.
And now, when we were there and then we went on our honeymoon, Joe said, let's go snorkeling. I don't know if you guys remember this story.
Mm-hmm.
We actually played it on Best of this
Did
last.
we?
No, I'm just teasing.
You got,
Maybe.
but you guys had the flu or something. Didn't
Well,
you?
there was that, but then we said, we're here, we're going to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we went and rented. I'd never been snorkeling.
Oh, face in the water. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Went, and he just took me to some beach, okay, we're just going to go snorkel.
Mhm.
And I got in the water and I put my face in the water and I felt like I was dying and I came out and it lasted 5 minutes.
And why at that point, I wonder, and I should ask him, why didn't he just look at you and go, I've made a huge mistake getting
Because in
married
my
to you."
mind, snorkeling, it's this tranquil
Well,
pool.
it can be.
Well, and I'm told that's what Molokini is like, because it's
Yeah.
like a crater, so
probably,
it kind
yeah.
of protects from.
Sure.
A
There's
little
not
bit,
big
so you're- yeah.
waves coming.
Yeah. There's not a lot of waves like that. No.
So
So here's what's going to happen. You, let's see, so Joe and Jonesy and Muhammad are going to be out there snorkeling, and then they'll come back up to the beach and say, Mom, you really should come out here. There's so many beautiful fish to look at. And you'll, well,
so of course
I'm reading in style.
So of course I Googled Molokini sharks just
Of course you
because
There's some out there.
There
I'm.
probably are some, but
Because there's
Did you-
beautiful fish to eat.
Did
No.
you see some?
We didn't see any sharks, no.
you know what, Gina? If there, at least. I think 6 times a year people are dragged off by sharks at Molokini.
Don't
At least
say
six,
that.
At least 6 times.
Yeah,
a year.
why they let people go there? I don't know.
Okay, Jaws really screwed me up, and I'm not even talking about the movie. I read the book and then saw the movie, so I have double stuff with sharks, and I'm petrified. I don't even like pools that I can't see the bottom of, because there
Well,
could be a shark down there.
Is Molokini like the one that we went to in Honolulu?
Hanama Bay.
Hanauma Bay.
No, so
Hanauma
Molokini-
Bay is like a fish preserve, and so they have like a fencing kind of thing that keeps the sharks out.
Yeah.
Is
No.
Molokini like
no,
that?
no.
All
It's,
right.
it's just a little landmass, and you can't actually even go onto Molokini. You have to charter out there.
Right,
and
we're
then
on a
you
boat
Just,
and-
you just
yeah.
go from the boat into the water, back,
I
on,
see.
back on the boat
Oh,
again. They
that's
don't let
gonna-
you on the land.
Oh, that's going to be bad for you.
Yeah.
I said I needed your help.
So what's your question? What do you need help on?
Here's the help I can give you. Make sure that they have snacks on the boat.
There's drinks. All of them, all the charters will have alcoholic
Yeah.
beverages.
Yeah, so have a white wine spritzer, and a bag of Raisinets, or it's some chips or something, and don't worry about it because you won't get in the water.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right. I guess we should begin.
Here comes the official beginning of
the Radio from Hell show.
Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
Well, the moon is it's kind of obscured today behind some kind of cold, icy-looking clouds, but you can still see it. 49.3% of full. It is waning. There'll be a new moon on March 17th. Today, the moon will set at 11:35 a.m. Today being, bless you.
Sorry.
Friday. It's the 9th day of March in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most highfalutin radio broadcast.
I'll say, boy.
It's the Radio from Hell show starring the Lords of Morning Radio, the libtards of morning radio.
No.
Carrie Jackson.
That.
I'm that snowflake, Bill Allred, and over there she is, a globalist, Gina Marie Barberi. Globalist! The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard, waiting for Carrie to die, Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show. You can see us live at x96.com. And Nick, your buddy, Nick, your pal, is here today helping out with the show as well.
Oh, and what does Dylan do for the show? Well, this
Produces
week
video,
anyway,
yeah?
he's been he's producing the amazing Lash Studio Lash Cam.
That's a really quite a production, too.
X96.com.
He's had to hire several assistants to do the Lash Cam. Yeah. So it's, they're at x96.com/live. Check-ins now.
They're brought to you by Follow Your Heart Straight to Adventure at Disney on Ice, playing Vivint Smart Home Arena for the first time March 8th through the 11th. It just keeps swimming with Dory and Hank. Cheer the emotions from inside out. Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf, all the offs. Make unforgettable memories with Mickey and your favorite Disney characters. Opening night tickets start at just $10. And we have some tickets. I believe it's a 4-pack of tickets to give away. Do not ask for them, because that's rude.
Yeah, if you ask for them at 877-602-9696, we won't give them to you. The lines are full right now, but keep calling. I'm not sure that any one of these 3 people will get those tickets.
Yeah.
Not sure.
As yet to be decided.
Again with Braden.
Hi, Braden. Braden.
Oh, hang on.
Got a button to push here.
I was doing work earlier.
There
Braden.
Hi, Braden.
How are you folks this morning?
Just fine. What have you got for us, Braden?
Well, I'm out here ready to hang some windows, and I just wanted to call and check in and hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful Friday.
Well, you too, Braden.
Yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, we're glad you're...
Maybe he's just saying
You have a wonderful Friday, Braden.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you guys again for once again making my morning enjoyable.
What a nice man.
Thank you.
Even though he's out there hanging innocent windows.
Yes.
How do you know they're innocent?
I just know. I can tell. Thanks, Braden.
Let's go to Chris Jensen.
Good morning, Chris Jensen.
He's identifying himself with his full name.
Or her.
Or her.
Which is it?
Hey, it's just me. I'm on my way to the gym and excited for another day. I'm excited for the week to end.
Yeah, so am I. So why did I wonder why?
Is it a leg day, Chris?
Oh, leg day? Are you doing what? Traps?
You know, I usually just go to the gym and sit on the bench and watch everybody else work out. It makes me feel good.
I see.
There should be a channel for that. When you could just sit at home and
watch people
do that. And then you wouldn't have to even leave the house.
You could, we'll just lift an iron and throwing it around. Well, Chris, have a great. What gym do you go to?
Oh, I've got a gym down at work, so I can work out and then go to work. So
All
not
right.
a bad deal.
Thanks for checking in with us.
Yep, you bet.
See ya.
All right. Let's see. Let's go to Kim.
Kim.
Hi,
Kim.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
What are you doing today, Kim?
We've had lots of people calling where I think, now this could be a man or a woman. Chris, and now it's Kim. Kim, what are you doing today?
I'm actually headed to Moab for a guy's 4-wheeler trip.
That's interesting you mentioned that. Later on the show, we're going to have the travel brigade here, and they're talking about trips to Moab.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you're going on a 4-wheeling trip with just the men.
That's right. Yeah, my cousins do it every year, and my brother's there, and some of their friends, I guess.
Yeah. So how many guys? How much testosterone is going to be there?
Oh, probably not enough.
There's 10 of us, but there's still not enough.
If you go to a doctor, he'll get you some injections. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
All right. And so you'll be drinking beer and 4-wheeling?
Probably. We'll see how that works out.
All right.
It usually doesn't end up too good, but.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay,
Kim.
thanks, Kim.
Thanks
We'll
for
see
checking
you.
in.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Kevin.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing fine, but what are you doing?
Oh, just on my way to work.
Where do you go?
Oh, this is Kevin in prison. I called a couple weeks
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
You work with the bad guys.
That's right.
Yeah. What is it? I can't.
Some of the good guys.
Some of them are good guys, I would imagine. Kevin,
Yeah.
what is it you actually do at the prison?
So I work in healthcare there.
To
make sure inmates get their medication.
Just so you're a pill pusher.
That's right.
Essentially. How are most of the inmates at the Gray Bar Hotel? Are they mostly medicated?
Oh, just about every single one of them.
Yep.
Probably a good idea.
Well, I don't know. I guess it is.
Yeah.
Kevin, thanks for checking in with us, and watch your back.
Hey, you bet. Thank you.
It's easy
All right,
to
thank
make.
you.
It's easy to make a shiv out of anything down
Just
there.
about anything.
Plasticware. You know.
George is here.
Hi, George.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
George, what are you doing today?
Oh, driving to work. I just wanted to call and thank you guys. A few years ago, I called in and talked to you and Sister Dottie and about my ex, and you told me to leave her. I did. It changed my life.
For the better?
Do you have kids,
Yeah,
George?
now I'm happily married for the last 2 years now.
Excellent,
Do you have kids, George?
No kids.
No kids.
Those are
And,
for
it's
the
okay.
devil.
It's okay to not, have kids. It's all right.
Do you have nieces and nephews that you're close to?
Oh, yeah, that's where I let the wife get her baby fixed from.
That's what. I'm sorry. That's why what?
That's where I let the wife get her baby fixed.
Let the wife get her
see.
baby fixed.
I see. She can hang around with nephews and nieces. And would you like to take some of those people to the Disney on Ice?
Well, that would be great.
There we go.
All right, George. You are going to go to Disney on Ice, or at least your nephews and nieces and your baby fixed wife are going to go.
Oh,
okay?
thanks.
We'll put you on hold, get your information. Let's see. Tyler the Trash Man checking in, doing Huntsman Cancer Center's compactor today.
Ooh, I bet there's some interesting garbage there.
So I have the Huntsman song from Freakazoid stuck in his head, which is this one, of course.
Hunt, he's the huntsman. Into action is his cry.
There you go.
I wish we would have thought to play that when John Huntsman Sr. was here in, was it December? And I'm betting he would have been just tickled pink.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mariano from Phoenix checking in. Teacher Emily. New Mexico Tony. Nicole, one of the militant gays, checking in.
Thanks, Nicole.
Hello, militant gays.
We salute you.
Metal Shop Mark. Becky, who said, I went to Disney on Ice last night winning tickets from you guys. It was really fun.
Oh,
good.
Steve, the 911 dispatcher. Pajama Yama and Strawberry Milk checking in.
Are those people?
Of course they are.
So, Tim the Tree Guy checking in. So it looks like we've got to do a show. It's
All
Friday.
right.
Usually we can cruise on Friday, but apparently not.
Let's see if people are cruising out on the roads, Kerry Jackson. Stalled vehicle northbound I-215 at 33rd South on the east side belt. The cars are on the right shoulder. Use caution and move to the left as you head toward the Foothill Drive exit. There's a house fire in Sandy. It's closed the right lane on 106 South, 650 East. The westbound right lane blocked with fire engines. Try the Bucket Under menu at Del Taco for the most fresh choices for $1 or less, like 69-cent mini quesadillas, 89-cent burritos, and the new $1 salsa chicken taco at Del Taco.
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up, we got news. Stand by for that. Also, let's see, the Travel Brigade on the way.
They always bring prizes, by the way.
So this is a nice substantial news coming up, apparently.
Okay.
Just so you know, it's like full strength.
A hearty.
Yeah, because we got nothing at 6:45.
Pull up the whole bus.
All right,
the whole liberal bus.
I've got our liberal bus is down there in the breezeway. I'm going to invite all the news to come up from there.
All right. Stand by for all of that. But first, it is the Gray Whale Entertainment Report. Friday is the international release date for all music, so that means there's new music, movies, games, records, and more. Pick up at a locally owned and operated Gray Whale location near you. They have a fun toy selection, by the way, too. Just little tchotchkes for your desk, Music, The Neighborhood. Their new one called The Neighborhood is out. Oh, Sue, if you're listening, I know you love this band. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
Ooh, so do I.
They've got a new one out today called Tearing at the Seams. So go get it. Between the Buried and Me, their new one, Automata, #1 is what it's called. 3 Days Grace, they're still around, and they have a new one out today, Outsider. This one I'm interested in, David Byrne, from Talking Heads, of course, and his new one, American Utopia. Erasure has a new one.
Oh, Todd.
I know, right? It's called World Beyond. Judas Priest has a new one, Gina. It's called Firepower. And Ministry has a new one out.
Yeah.
Called America Can't. America-K-K.
All right.
Americant is what it's called. Movies, Gina, Lady Bird.
I love that movie.
So you and your sisters can sit and watch it and enjoy it. Thor Ragnarok.
I love that movie.
Which is damn funny.
Yes.
Also, The Strangers, 10th Anniversary Blu-ray is out today. So go to graywhaleslc.com for real-time inventory searches, Killer Whale membership discount availability. You can use your store credit for purchasing, and they constantly update you on sales, promotions, and events. Of course, Record Store Day is coming. They'll probably keep you updated on that website as well. So trade in your old stuff for new stuff. They want your music, movies, games, books, and vinyl. Join the Killer Whale Club. Get a lifetime discount. Follow them on their social medias, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gray Whale SLC. That is your Gray Whale Entertainment Report.
John Smith kicks off a 1-hour non-stop music.
I like your shirt, by the way. New shirt?
No.
What?
Old shirt.
You never wear it, though.
No, I don't.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's a nice shirt.
I don't wear it very often.
Well, you should.
Okay. Great.
I gave you a compliment.
Then maybe I will. I will wear it as often as I ever do, which is not often. It's a shirt that I bought. I remember exactly when I bought this shirt. It's when there was an Old Navy over here on 4th South.
Mm-hmm.
Over there
Where
on 4th
Trader
South.
Joe's is going to be.
Yeah. And there was an Old Navy there. And I went in there one day, and they had this big pile of shirts on the floor. I'm not kidding, as Old Navy does sometimes. And they said, all of the shirts in this pile are $1.20. I'm not kidding. $1.20. And I thought, this shirt being $1.20, that's negative money.
Yeah. It costs more than that to...
Yeah, there's more material in this shirt. There's more little, Vietnamese or Singaporean child finger blood in this shirt from sewing the buttons on. And so I bought it for $1.20 off the floor at the Old Navy.
You would not think that.
It's not. It's just a dumb shirt.
You should have kept the receipt in the pocket. My sister bought a coat
But we
once.
never do a 120 time check, Gina. So
My sister bought a coat once that was on sale, and it ended up being $7, and she kept the receipt in the pocket so that anytime anybody said, I like that coat.
Her sister, Minnie Pearl.
No, Mikkel.
Just to
I
prove.
like that coat. She'd say, $7. No, it's not. I have the receipt.
That's
She kept it in the pocket.
right there. Right
$7 coat.
That is the see again. That's the kind of thing that the Barbary girls are interested in.
$7? I don't believe that was $7.
But you could have a debate with some other people about the political situation in Tibet or the existence of God. But when you're debating with the Barbary girls, it's whether Bill Murray is going to go crashing parties and how much the coat cost. Is she the good-looking one?
They are all good-looking.
No, they are not.
They are. All of my sisters are good-looking.
Lolita! Certainly not. All right, let's get this over with.
One is better looking than the others.
No, they are all good-looking.
It's that one that's really good-looking, and then Then there's
Why you guys do this?
there's an okay one, and
I
then
get
there's
phone
that other
calls
one.
every time you do this.
Which one is he talking about?
They know.
Yeah,
They know.
all. I'm surprised they call. All they have to do is look in the mirror.
Yeah, you
It's
knew.
me,
All
Come
they
on.
have to do is look at a family photo, Gina. They'll
All-
all point to the good-looking one.
All the Barbary girls know. They know who the good-looking one is. It's true.
So we're not making these things up.
To me.
Yeah. How did she put it again?
Let me
lose my mind on an unnamed drug.
back it up and
Let's see.
well, here it is.
All I want out of life is to lose my mind on a drug I don't understand and then justify it as a spiritual awakening.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's what you want?
Mm-hmm.
I spent the late '60s and early '70s looking for that.
You never found it.
I never did, unfortunately. No. It was fun though.
Well, I think you just didn't try hard enough.
Well,
if you applied yourself,
I think if
Bill,
you, yeah.
Well, but you know, you get.
How are you going to win? How are you going to get that win unless you try hard?
You see, it doesn't take long for you when you're doing those kind of things to lose your motivation entirely.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. It just. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We got the big. What did he call it? The liberal bus. What is it?
Oh, the guy who tweeted me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the libtard bus. I've gotten.
I hate that phrase.
Oh, well, that's probably why he used it. And every time you go, I hate that phrase, he goes, good, I'm going to do it again.
Because that's how their policies are formed.
Who cares?
It's all about upsetting liberals. That's how they form their policies. Let's see what will piss them off.
Yeah, I have absolutely no feeling about that one way or other. I don't care.
But listen, this liberal news bus, which Bill paid for 20 years ago.
I've been making stops in that bus. I'm the driver, man. The libtard bus driver.
That's right. Don't ever accuse us of suddenly being liberal.
No.
We have been bleeding hearts all of our lives. It's y'all that have changed.
It sounds like a sitcom. Suddenly liberal.
That's the difference. Suddenly liberal.
Well, it's as a matter of fact, the Obamas are talking to Netflix.
I saw that.
President. This is the news, by the way.
Well,
I think we've sort of started.
We need a sponsor, right?
Okay, sponsor it.
You know who keeps that bus up and looking good? It's Everest Collision. They put your needs on top. Download the Everest Collision app. Start your claim. They'll take it from there with locations in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, Ogden, or everestcollision.com.
You know, the libtard bus, the body shop guys who work on it at Everest Collision Repair, I don't have any idea what their politics are. The guys who work in the shop who keep the libtard bus in good shape, make it look bright and shiny, and I don't think they care that they're working on the libtard bus, even though they may be conservatives, because that's the way the world should work. They're getting money to do it, and they do it. And they don't,
like making cakes for people. It shouldn't matter who you're making the cake for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not going to work on the libtard bus. It's against my That's nonsense.
We do this show for everybody. We don't just do this show for...
libtard dollars are just as spendable as conservative
People
dollars.
are worried that you don't have your CDL driving the libtard bus, the commercial driver's license.
Chauffeur license.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
No.
As a liberal, there are certain laws we flaunt.
You flaunt these laws.
We flaunt certain laws as liberals.
Okay.
That's what we do.
All right.
Yes, Richie.
This may be my oversensitive ears, but maybe not libtard.
No, that's why I
Okay.
said.
Well, just using the word that guy used.
No, I know, but I think
that's why I'm not sensitive because I take it personally. I'm sensitive because of what it's a reference to, and I don't think we should say it.
It comes. I'll tell you what we'll do. He can call it that all he wants. I don't care. We'll call it the liberal limousine.
There we go.
I like it.
It's the liberal limousine.
Trying.
Yeah, I got it. But every time you kept saying it, I was like, am I being sensitive?
No.
Or is that...
We shouldn't say that.
Yeah, it really should be a limousine because we're limousine liberals.
Right.
We're elites.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we? All the names that we've been called.
And I have a liberal limousine chauffeur's cap, and it says "F-U" on it.
I don't know how I can be elite, though, really, because, I grew up poor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to college.
Grew up poor. Were you a welfare
University.
queen? Was your mom a
No,
welfare?
we
not
never.
that kind of poor.
We never took that kind of
No.
money.
No.
We were
You
just
took
poor.
care of yourself.
So I don't know how I'm an elite, but that's what they call me. So
I'd be careful with that kind of talk, Carrie, because I might just one time open the door and push you out of the limousine with that kind of talk.
Please.
I want you to talk about the silver spoon you had in your mouth when you were born. Not plastic cutlery.
I was going to say it was Tupperware because Mom sold Tupperware to help make ends meet.
Oh, my mom did that too.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the news anyway. The Obamas are actually reportedly, and that's Michelle and Mike. No, Barack. That's his
Barry?
name. Yeah, Barry. Barry Obama. They're in talks with Netflix to make some shows, and I'm sure they'll be very. It'll be a. There's one that's called the Liberal Circle.
Is that?
No, I made that up. And I would, if I were a stand-up comedian in a crowd, I would take that further. But we'll just call it the Liberal Circle for now. I have a great story for you here, Gina.
Okay.
And there should be a picture to go along with it. A gruesome scene.
I'm listening.
And as we go to x96.com/live, a bag containing 54 severed hands.
Ooh, there's a picture.
There is a picture, x96.com/live.
Oh, that's almost disgusting.
No, it is disgusting.
I'm Mexican drug cartel? I'm guessing?
No, there's snow.
This is in Siberia.
Oh.
Yeah, see all the snow?
Oh.
And
snow.
Russian mafia.
The story begins this way. Well, here's something you don't see every day. A bag containing 27 pairs of human hands. I guess they are pairs. There's 54 of them.
A right and a left.
Yeah. The grisly discovery was made on a river island near the Siberian city of Khabarovsk. And local police are now investigating. At first, a single hand was discovered, but then nearby, the mother lode. A bag containing no less than 54 severed hands, as reported in the Siberian Times. Photos of the scenes show that the hands spilled out into a single pile, and then I didn't see this picture. There's a pile of frozen hands.
Pile of hands.
And then they were sorted out. The bag of hands discovered on this island in the Amur River near Khabarovsk, about southeastern Russia, close to the Chinese border. They have managed to lift some fingerprints belonging to one of the hands. No information about the age of the hands, how they may have been discarded, but they say they were reasonably fresh. Maybe they were cut off as punishment for theft, but who can say? There they are. Pretty disgusting. Speaking of hands being cut off as punishment, I put this in the Boner file, but I have not used it because it's pretty grim. A butcher in India was so upset at his son for watching porn that he went after him with a knife and chopped off one of his hands.
A father.
Yeah. Mohammed Qayan Quresh, 45 years old, apparently sick and tired of catching his 18-year-old son, Mohammed Khalid Qureshi, looking at smut on his smartphone. Police officials told the Hindustan Times newspaper that the two had been arguing when the father grabbed a knife, attacked his son, and cut off his hand.
Should you just take away the phone?
No, I'm not a parent. But this example seems, I don't know, a little extreme.
Well,
am I
no,
off
Carrie,
base?
as an outsider, you have an amazing ability to understand that is.
Let me answer it this way, Carrie.
Someone, please.
You obviously haven't ever read the Quran because it's that kind of stuff that's in there. I say I was trying to present the other side for our friend
the other side
who thinks I'm too liberal.
Yeah, because you are driving that bus.
Utah legislators wrapped up their session yesterday, and our taxes will go up. And
wait a minute, these tax and spend Democrats up there.
Our taxes will go up, and then our taxes will also go down.
Well, why don't we just leave them where they are? And then
education will see a substantial boost under a complicated deal that lawmakers reached with backers of the Our Schools Now initiative in the final hours of the 2018 legislature. The deal that halts the initiative. So if you guys stop doing this petition initiative, here's what we'll do. It's a non-binding question on the November ballot asking voters whether they want to add a dime to the state's 29.4-cent gasoline tax. It's really staving off a significant tax increase for a minimal tax increase. It'll put money into education and money into roads, and Governor Herbert thinks it's a win-win-win. So there will be a property tax freeze, and the 5% income tax rate will lower to 4.95%, so just a fraction. Tiny fraction, and corporations, well, they'll get a $28 million tax break.
Of course they will.
Yeah. The end effect, it said Governor Herbert, is a wash for most families. Senator Lincoln Fillmore, it doesn't matter. South Jordan said this. Lincoln Fillmore, who cares?
He's listening going, hey, I work hard.
Yeah. He sponsored the tax package. Our schools now will got a lot of signatures, more than they needed for people saying, yeah, we will pay a dime more for education. But the education will get a substantial tax.
We shouldn't have to pay a dime more. They should find the money somewhere else, like in the corporate welfare that they pass out constantly.
See what else they did here. They lawmakers made some moves toward making medical marijuana available to a small segment of Utahns, but it's not broad enough for a group who's pushing a ballot initiative.
Well, you have to be on death's door, and
6 months to live.
Yeah, you got to be terminally
that's such
ill.
An arbitrary thing. Doctors will tell you when people say, "How long do I have to live?" They don't. It's just
listen,
Gina,
there will now be plenty of doctors who will say, "Yeah, my patient's only got 6 months to live."
Yeah,
Kerry's having trouble sleeping. He's only got 6 months to live.
Yeah. Some proposals fell short. Of course, we're not going to name the highway after President Trump.
Good.
Mike Noel pulled that
because he was getting naughty phone calls and people were upset.
Yeah. But Greg Hughes said, well, I would have voted for that. Are you kidding me? I wanted that highway. I love that road.
Of course, you're a Trump guy.
Of course, Greg, you're an idiot.
Yeah. So there you go. There's the legislature. Yeah, we'll talk about more of what they did. Now, big news, Donald Trump is going to apparently,
I'll believe it when I see it.
But apparently he has been invited by Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, through the South Korean emissary who was there.
Mm-hmm.
The South Korean came back and said he would like to sit down with President Trump and talk over issues. And President Trump said, okay, I'll do that.
We found out recently that all the presidents have been invited to North Korea to talk to their leader, and they've all said no.
Yeah.
Because it makes North Korea into a player.
It legitimizes
them, and so that's why they've said
Here's
no.
what you should say when he calls. I'm sorry, who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I disagree. I think there's always something to be gained.
Well, of course.
By talking.
I'm just telling you what has happened.
Right. Yeah. No, I just disagree with that. I think that Obama should have talked with him. But he did say no, and George Bush said no as well.
I mean, what'll happen is they'll sit down. They'll talk.
If that ever happens.
If that even happens.
I will be surprised if
they'll
that
sit down, they'll talk. Nothing will come of it. They'll both claim victory.
Mm-hmm.
Or even, let's say Kim makes promises and says, yeah, I'll do all this stuff that you want. He's famous for keeping those promises,
Well,
isn't he? No.
Again, I would just point out that if it got to a point where there was something he said, well, I'll get rid of my nukes and do all of that, that can be handled.
Sure.
He can make that promise. Now, you're right, he may not want it, but
Because that's what makes him...
But you will say, if he makes that promise, you say, okay, but we insist that we have inspectors there who verify this all the time.
But his nukes are what got him a seat at the table.
Right.
Why do you think that he would give up that thing?
I don't know. Well,
He won't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's... You see, the thing, here's the thing. He has nothing. North Korea has nothing.
He has nukes.
Except that.
Mm-hmm. Which is why he won't get rid of it.
and he needed to be noticed.
Yes.
He wants to be a player somehow.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's been shooting things off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
Mm-hmm.
It worked. I can't fault him for that in a way, because it's the only thing he had. Okay, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Now, you've noticed me. Now maybe we can sit down and talk about some stuff. So let's see we'll see what happens. I have no big...
He could have contacted South Korea and said, tell you what, this whole dictator thing, let's just team up, let's get together. This dictator thing ain't working for me because I got nothing.
Yeah.
But if he brought in the evil Western way of doing business, he'd be fine. He'd be able to still be in charge of North Korea. He just wouldn't be a dictator.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, and I would have hope that those two countries could find some common ground and unite a little bit, and
Oh, they have
down.
mutual interests. There are families that have been separated for generations, and
the South Koreans are very progressive.
Yes.
In terms of science and technology and all of that, and there's no reason to believe that North Koreans can't be a part of that as well if they just get together.
But Kim would have to give up being a dictator, which I don't think he's willing to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Trump's going to go get dictator lessons from him.
Exactly.
Hey, tell me how you do this.
How do you have it all?
I really...
How do you...
Listen, if I had kind of better hair, I'd cut it like yours. Donald Trump will, and then he's going to improve against. So the Republican Party, they don't get upset about the racism. They don't get upset about the sexual peccadillos. They don't get upset about the Trump's business interests, shady dealings all around the world. But when he decides he's going to impose tariffs, whoa!
Wait a minute.
Now you've gone too far.
We can't stand for that.
Somebody pointed out. I don't know, might have been in this room. So you impose tariffs on China for this aluminum and steel, and so then what makes anybody think that China isn't going to say, well, all that coal you send us, maybe we'll impose tariffs on that.
Yeah. No, or they're going to. All that will happen, and this is why the Republicans are mad, is they will just jack up the price of that steel that they are selling and going to continue to sell to American companies, and they're going to pass that on to them and just make them pay for it.
Yeah.
That's why they're mad.
All right, just quickly, a new King Cheese has been crowned world champion. We'll get into that later. And Poo Watch continues.
Oh, good.
The guy who has been refusing to have a bowel movement because he's got evidence in there. It continues. We'll talk about that coming up in the next news.
Sports weather traffic.
Brought to you by National Auto Plaza. Who builds the best trucks? National Auto Plaza does. Lifted accessories you haven't even thought of yet, all to take your next adventure to the whole new level. It's an opening game for RSL tomorrow. It's an early game, 1:30 kick. And weather will be great. Should be sunny and fairly warm, mid-50s. And you can win tickets. Go to x96.com. There's an RSL opening game prize pack you can win there. Go to x96.com and find out all about that. Stalled vehicle northbound I-215 at 33rd South on the east side belt. The car's on the right shoulder, not causing any delays there. House fire in Sandy has closed the right lane on 106 South 650 East. The westbound right lane is blocked with fire engines. Octapharma Plasma, make money by making a difference. New donors can earn up to $300 for their first 5 donations. Donate today, 5414 South 9th East in Salt Lake.
The Travel Brigade is up next. They're going to be talking about going to Moab.
Yeah. Where you want to go bicycling.
Oh, yes.
And, I know where you can get a new bicycle at a great deal. There's a sale going on at Hangar 15 Bicycles in they're in South Jordan. They're in Mill Creek and Provo. Hangar 15 Bicycles Ride into Spring sale is at the South Jordan store only, okay?
Okay.
Hangar 15 Bicycles, they've got everything covered with their Ride into Spring sale. It's this weekend only. Best selection. Save big on bikes, cycling apparel, and accessories. They have over 400 bikes on sale at Hangar 15. Mountain bikes, road bikes, specialized stump jumper FSR comp for $19.95. That's really a great deal. That's $800 off that bike. Shop at Hangar 15 this weekend. You'll save 30% on all closed-out models, Specialized, Trek, Scott. Accessories will be on sale. So Hangar 15 Bicycles. Their address, 114th South Redwood Road in South Jordan, and they have a website, Hangar, and that's AR, the number 15, bicycles.com.
this sponsored?
Well, it's brought to you by all the fine prizes we're giving away from the Travel Brigade.
Here they are, our dear friends, Kathleen and Jeff. They are the Travel Brigade. You can find out about travels all around the world with their expertise if you go to thetravelbrigade.com. They have a podcast there and all kinds of stuff. But right now we're just going to be talking about travel in the state of Utah to Moab. Hi, guys.
Yes, Moab.
Yeah, you know, recently when the Utah Jazz, they wanted to do a new jersey and a new court to sort of symbolize Utah to the rest of the league and the nation and the world. They went with a Moab theme. They've got these jerseys that start out yellow on the top and gradually get red and
They're
then dark.
ombre.
And you don't like them. You don't like them.
I like them.
They're growing on me. I don't
like
here's
them,
the thing.
Gina. I don't like
loved them. Kathleen hates
Love
them.
Moab. Don't
and
love those uniforms.
I always listen to Kathleen on fashion stuff. So I'm not sure yet. But anyway, and on the side of the uniform, it's got it's a trail map from Salt Lake to Moab.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
The court has delicate arch on it, and so anyway, it's what we're famous for is Moab.
Now, before you go on, I should tell people we're going to have a giveaway that you guys have provided at the end of this segment. You call 877-602-9696, giving away a gift package from Moab Cliffs and Canyons, and that's a canyoneering adventure, right?
Yes, it's a canyoneering adventure, and then we also have something from Canyons Day and Night. They're going to do a spin and splash tour on the river.
Spin and splash?
Yes.
I'm up for splashing. Spinning, I don't know.
Yeah, spinning and splashing, and it's a new thing they're doing this year, and then we're going to talk more about both of those coming up.
Okay.
Oh, excuse my voice. I've got Ricola in my mouth, water here, a little under the weather.
We're going to post links to all these places we're going to talk about at x96.com and travelbrigade.com. Also, check out our friends at discovermoab.com where you can kind of plan your trip there. We also want to mention in April, we've got articles in Vamoose and Winners, which are sister publications of City Weekly, coming out.
Moab Focus. I guess
Moab
that's
Focus.
the point. Yeah.
So let's go on to let's talk about arches just quickly.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that anyone who knows me, I'm not the outdoorsy kind of girl.
No.
I mean, like, it's not my, and it took me 15 years or so to get down to Moab from living in Utah. And I was actually kind of converted because in my mind, and there might be people out there who haven't gone to Moab or Canyonlands that think you have to be an advanced 20-mile hiker.
No.
And you don't. And that's what's so cool about it. I went down there and kind of was like, I actually really like this outdoor thing. This is kind of really fun. And there's a lot of things you can do, short hikes and things that are just beautiful, Fifth Avenue and different things like that are absolutely gorgeous. And so I wanted to mention that. But the other thing I wanted to mention, as we're talking about arches, it's really important to know April 21st is the first day of National Parks Week.
Oh.
So you get in free to all of the Utah parks. So there's Arches, Bryce, Canyonlands, all of that, all the way down, Zion's, everything. So you get in for free. So it's a good kind of, if you're looking for a good time to go, it's perfect time, April, to go down there. And
not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah, perfect.
There's a great campground in Arches too, but it's always full. I don't know if you can make reservations or not, but it's called the Devil's Garden, I think.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful campground.
We're going to talk about a really cool camping option here in a minute.
All right.
We first wanted to mention some of the outfitters, and you don't just have to go to the parks. There's all these outfitters you can go to do tours. We mentioned earlier Moab Cliffs and Canyons. The director, Brett Satir, is a guy who grew up here in Salt Lake, remembers listening to Carrie and Bill on perhaps another station back in the day.
Yeah.
And he got down there in the mid-'80s when the whole mountain biking thing was taking off and stayed and has been there for the whole scene. 1999, he opened Cliffs and Canyons. When movie companies and TV shows like 127 Hours, when they come to look for a place to film, they hire him.
Explain what canyoneering is.
Yeah, so this was really cool. I had never done this before until a few years ago when we went and did this with them. If you're a newbie,
as if I went. We'll get to that in a minute.
If you're a newbie, they've got this great one to a Fedra's Grotto, which is just a couple miles hike, and then you rappel off this huge land bridge, and you have not lived until you have fallen backwards off of a cliff.
Yeah,
and there's 2 drops, right? One's 100 and one's like 80, and that's included in our giveaway today.
Okay.
So that's
and it's really quite safe. They rope you up and harness you up, and anybody really, if you have some degree of mobility.
I don't know. I'm hanging with Kathleen at the bottom.
Yeah, like I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, Gina. After talking to Brett, I mean, I do have this theory: if it's good enough for James Franco, it's good enough for me. That I'm going down with some of my Ladybird friends, you know, in April, and we're 4 of us, all of us, never done it before. We're going with Brett. We're going to go hang out with Brett for the day, and if I come back alive, I'll let y'all know.
You can do it. You can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kenyan lands by night and day.
Yeah, so the river is kind of taking a different spin this year, literally, because instead of just going on there and being on the river, you can actually jet boat. They have like Australian jet boats or this Nitro King spin that's done by...
What is that?
It's actually these motorized boats. So instead of, you know, rafting down, you're motoring down, and they're like really, you know, like going in these super rapids, and they're spinning around and doing all this stuff. So there's 2 really cool ones. One is done by Canyons Day and Night, which is the Nitro Spin King, which is also the giveaway we have today. And then when I go down, I'm going to try one with Moab Jet. So that's another one that has
If you're Googling that, it's Jet with 2 T's, like Joan Jett.
Like Joan Jett, yeah.
Okay, and when you get down there, you got to find a place to stay. And as you mentioned, Bill, there's some great camping. There's also, if you want to go totally the, you know, civilization route.
This is a great place to stay.
Yeah, as Red Cliffs Lodge.
Yeah, we've stayed there.
And
Love it.
Get your own little cabin down by the river.
See, that's what
even better.
That's what I like to do, is sit there in my little cabin down by the river, drinking and looking at the beautiful scenery,
Well,
and that's plenty.
Yeah,
You know?
and watching other people go down the river.
And that.
And go, oh, that looks fun.
I was just going to say, Carrie, they've got Castle Creek Winery on
Of course.
site there.
Of
Stop
course.
by, pick up a bottle of Petroglyph White or
A
Outlaw
bottle?
Red. A bottle, yeah, depending on
a
the
long
views of
night.
Carrie Jackson do not necessarily
It's a
reflect.
long night.
And also, there's a really cool movie memorabilia. Anyway, a movie museum.
Yeah. Yeah, my
with-
kids like that.
Yeah, and all the movies that have been filmed in that area,
Mostly starring John Wayne.
including and Thelma and Louise.
Yeah,
Right.
and I did a video of that last time we were down there, and it should be on our website somewhere. If not that, our YouTube
But
channel.
Bill
I
asked
don't know.
about camping.
Yeah,
We've got
so
a great
there's
camping
a couple
option
places.
for you.
You know how we went up to Bear Lake and did some camping? There's another place up there called Under Canvas. And it's it used to be Moab Under Canvas, I believe, but now they have several other locations, so it's Under Canvas. And they have one, but there's a new one called Red Rock Base Camps. And what you do is actually make the reservation yourself at whatever camping site you want to do, and they actually deliver your camper there.
Set it all up for you.
Set it up for you.
Like safari, like they do on safaris.
Yes, they set it all up for you. You've got queen beds, you've got warm water, you've got an outdoor kitchen trailer and everything, and all
I'm
you do
looking
is
into that right
show
now.
up.
And food, they supply food as
I
well?
don't know. I haven't heard about the
try
food.
that.
Red Rock Base Camps is what it's called.
But they do give you this little outdoor kitchen trailer
Yes.
that's got a gas stove, you know,
Excellent.
wash
I'm for
station,
that.
all that.
Yep.
So
all the fun, no work.
yeah.
Well, I was going to say, now speaking of food, I honestly, I had a hard time finding a place to eat down there.
Are you kidding?
Some place that I liked. I had a couple of meals that were just okay.
Well, you need that. You need their
Well, that's why I
recommendations.
need their
Okay, so here we go.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we're going to go with something old and something new.
There
And by
we
the
go.
way, there's so many places. We've done articles on Moab throughout the years, and we've never had to like use the same place twice.
Okay.
So you want to go with the old standard? I'm going to go with Milt's Stop and Eat. It's a drive. It's kind of off the main drag.
Okay.
So you're going to have to go find it a little bit. But it's been open since 1954. Burgers, they've got buffalo burgers, they got veggie burgers, they got Wagyu beef, and fries, tater tots, onion rings.
Tater tots, Bill.
Yeah.
homemade
Now,
tater tots.
I don't bear my testimony a lot, but I am going to bear my testimony that you must try something with chili on it. It will change your life.
You don't have it on your list, but I always go to the Atomic.
Yes,
the Atomic
that's-
Cafe and Lounge.
If that was my second one, would be go there and get the breakfast grill with the green sauce on it. Yeah,
They're good. They do a good job with most.
That's a
everything.
really good one.
Yeah. Now, I always like food trucks, and Moab's gotten into the scene just
Oh,
like
good.
everybody else. They have the quesadilla, Quesadilla Mobile.
Okay.
So that's a good one. But the Yummy Town food truck.
I would go there just based on the name
Yeah,
alone.
I know you like the name.
Let's go to Yummy Town.
I know. It's Mediterranean. It's really
It's
popular.
right next to Funky Town.
Yeah, right next to Funky Town. And they do Mediterranean dishes, and they do some really kind of funky.
They do these things called shrubs, which
Yeah.
is sort of this mixture of fruit and tonic water, but it's like golden beet with raspberry.
And they're starting they're going to be doing like a Spanish torta
what's
for
new this
breakfast
year is
and
they're
all
doing
sorts of good
breakfast.
stuff.
You can find out about all of this stuff, more details, x96.com, or go to the Travel Brigade, travelbrigade.com. And in just a minute, we'll tell you who won the package from Moab, Cliffs and Canyons, and Canyonlands by day and night. We'll have that information coming up. All of that. Thanks for being here, you guys.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right.
Traffic lights are in the flash mode at the intersection of Geneva Road, 1600 North in Orem. Treat that as a four-way stop. If anybody knows about the house fire in Sandy, 106 South, 650 East, that was affecting traffic in that area. But the last time I had a report on that was about 45 minutes ago. So if you see that or anything else, let me know. Text it to us. 33986.
All right, here are your boner candidates for round one coming up. Number one, oh, his first bong. Number two, I am in my own country. And boner candidate number three, is this one of those flavored waters?
All right, round one of your boner voting, along with big boy news and opinioendo coming up. Are we doing?
Do we have a winner? Yeah. Now Richie's been taking calls, and there's a random caller.
What did they win again?
They win a package from Moab Cliffs and Canyons. That's a canyoneering adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And Canyonlands by night and day, which is a boat.
Jet boat
thing.
It's Jackie.
Jackie, are you there?
Yes.
Hi.
I'm here.
Congratulations. You won that.
Thank you.
You're
Wonderful.
welcome. Have you ever been to Moab, Jackie?
I have, but it's been a few years. So, yeah, I look forward to going back with this package.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
You're going to enjoy it. Moab has changed a lot, and it's great. It's a great place to be. Thanks, Jackie. Hang on.
Thank you.
All
Love
right.
you guys.
I'll put you on hold, and we'll
Love
get your
you guys.
information,
Aw.
Jackie.
She meant the Travel Brigade.
Yeah.
They brought it all. So.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And it's travel.
Bill, come on.
Travelbrigade.com, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Boners round one after these.
Hey, it's John Smith on X96, and I will be your host this Sunday for SL.
Radio from Hell.
All right.
Now, we're going to get into boners here.
Yes.
What?
And usually part of the boners, there's some visual element that you can see at x96.com/live.
Yeah, there can be.
You know who you have to thank for that today.
I don't know who.
The amazing Lash Studio Lash Cam. x96.com/.
Bat them lashes, baby.
I'm bad at Carrie. That's the sound that they make.
Wow.
All right, it's time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote of these 3 which one of these candidates deserves to go forward to Boner Dome for Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. Boner, of course, means mistake, so you want to pick which one you think is the worst and therefore the most qualified to become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, goes up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20. We throw them both in the ring for Boner Fight at 9:20. 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a can't buy it, gotta win it, Radio from Hell boner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car check over before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
All right, boner candidate number 1. Oh, his first bong. Yeah. 29-year-old woman from Wailea, Australia, whose identity has been suppressed because she would probably be sought out and people would not be very nice to her. She gave her young son a marijuana pipe, a bong.
A bong.
A bong.
A bong.
And filmed it as he breathed in the smoke in this video. Oh, by the way, the kid is 11.
Oh.
11.
Yep.
The footage was uploaded to Facebook and went viral. Here we are recording, having his very first bong, the woman can be heard saying as she films the boy holding the bong. She then tells her son, "Go for it," as he's seen lighting up the bong and breathing in the smoke as it fills the air. The mom can be heard telling her son to go for it. It took police less than 24 hours after the video went online to find the woman and charge her with supplying drugs to a child. She said it was for his birthday, a harmless, natural, safe alternative to prescription medication. His first bong. Oh, his first bong. Boner candidate number 1. I wonder if there's some people out there who are going, what's the problem,
That's
dude?
a good idea.
That seems like a nice present. Looks like a nice bong, too. Kid's lucky. Here's boner candidate number 2. I am in my own country. This stuff is astonishing. A California college faculty member is facing backlash after she was caught on video telling an Asian American man and his family to go back home, go back to their own country.
Oh, boy.
Taryn Olson is on leave from her career.
On leave? Fire her.
Counseling position at Golden West College in Huntington Beach for the next 2 weeks. The district said it's reviewing her past interactions with students and staff to determine maybe there's something else that's been going on here. Administrators are working to find a resolution to this issue. Long Beach resident Tony Kao, who is Asian American, posted on Facebook 2 videos on March 1st of an encounter he had with Ms. Olson while taking a walk with his wife and infant child. The recording starts mid-conversation, seconds before Olson realizes she's being filmed and starts walking away. She can be heard yelling at Kao and his family, "You need to go back to your home country." Mr. Kao says, my wife and I were born and raised in the United States.
You know.
I am in my own country. Boner candidate number 2.
An educator. Yeah.
Counselor.
Yes.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up in a moment. Is this one of those flavored waters?
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 1. Coming up after this here, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Feldman's Deli, featuring corned beef, pastrami, mustard, pickles, imported from New York City. Now serving breakfast and lunch Tuesday through Saturday, dinner Thursday through Saturday, featuring local live music Friday and Saturday nights. 20th East to 27th South. Go to feldmansdeli.com.
Well, we're all excited.
For?
The king is dead.
The king
Long live the king. There has been a new king cheese crowned at the World Cheese Championship in Wisconsin. The winner of the drum roll, please. No. The winner of the 2018 World Champion Cheese Contest is a hard sheep's milk cheese called Esquiro.
So
Esquiro.
So that's where I was going to go. I would think it would be a soft cheese usually.
Sometimes.
Don't you usually go for the soft cheese.
This year it's the Esquiro. It's made in France at Malion Fromagerie, and it is imported by the Saventia Cheese Company in USA. 20 cheeses out of a record 3,402 entries were finalists.
Sounds delicious.
For the top prize. The Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association, which hosts the contest, said 5 of those cheeses were from Wisconsin, which has really, now it's always been a cheese making area. But, you know, they've been kind of, for years, just kind of, they make your, you know, your regular cheeses, your cheddars, but they've been stepping up their game in Wisconsin. And that, remember that time we went to see the giant cheese? Mm-hmm. It was called Baby Bell, and it was like I want to do with Manson's body, but in this case, it was a cheese, and it was, I don't know, it was huge.
As big as a truck.
And it was called Baby, it was Baby something. I can't remember. But it was in a refrigerated truck or a trailer like a semi, and it had a glass window.
So you couldn't like get a piece of it.
No. You could just look at the cheese. There it is.
I'm glad Wisconsin's stepping up their cheese game, and that just says to me that the Utah cheesemakers need to start bringing it seriously.
Well, they have, and I think that maybe they might have entered. I don't know.
They need to step it up and beat Wisconsin, because I know we can.
I've had some of that recently. Beehive Cheese Company does a good job, and they just recently, I don't know if I discovered this, they do these cheese curds now.
I had those last night.
That are kind of flavored.
They have them at Harmon.
Yeah, they're really good.
Sue bought some for me. I think I had those yesterday.
The contest began last Tuesday, it was this Tuesday. Judges had to sniff, taste, and inspect 121 classes of dairy products with entries from 26 nations. 2 years ago, a smear-ripened hard cheese called Grand Cru Surchoix.
Smear ripened?
Look that up, will you?
No, but you guys don't understand why I don't like cheese.
No, not
There's
at
something
all.
called smear. That doesn't sound like something you should be eating.
Why you eat a smear of cream cheese on
That's a schmear.
Okay. Look up. Will you look up? It's hyphenated. Smear ripened.
I don't know
what the hell that is.
Look, all I know is it's delicious. Yeah. I don't think about how it's made.
And there are so many different varieties and nuances. Of flavor and taste.
I'd never eat sausages or hot dogs if I
they
thought
smeared.
About that.
So cheese is bacteria.
Yeah.
But then they smear a different kind of bacteria on the outside.
That's
so
just
it
science.
has a rind.
That's
that
great.
is what the
that is delicious science.
All
is
right.
what that is.
And just quickly, maybe it's he's being able to do this because he's eating a lot of cheese. Because if you eat a lot of cheese, sometimes it blocks you up. Lamar Chambers has spent more than a month and a half now not pooing.
I don't believe this story.
Chambers was arrested on January 17 on suspicion of with possession of intent to supply Class A drugs and failing to stop for police. He has not had a bowel movement since he was arrested on January 17th. Mr. Chambers' detention period was then extended over 7 subsequent hearings as the nation has been waiting. We've all been waiting with bated breath to see if he would finally drop some kids off at the pool.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
Now, he was released from custody on Monday on medical grounds.
Poop.
And taken to the hospital. There is still a drugs charge against him. And he has been given food and water. He has received medical visits every day.
He's secretly pooping somewhere.
What? In his shoe?
Maybe.
It's not. He's not, Gina. It's not. He's in a little cell. It's impossible to do that.
It's magic.
Oh, prune juice. They didn't try the prune juice, did they?
He doesn't have to drink it. So there.
Oh, we force it down him.
Speaking of forcing it down, people, this is a story in the Salt Lake Tribune today. The Sinclair Broadcast Group, which owns 3 television stations in Utah, is and that's KUTV, KJZZ, KJazz, and KMYU. They require their local news anchors to read on-air statements decrying fake stories on social media and national media outlets. In documents obtained by CNN, Sinclair instructs its local news anchors to tell viewers that they are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that the station is doing, but that they are concerned about the, quote, troubling trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories that plague our country, and to produce the attached scripts exactly as they are written, as though they are your opinion or news. CNN reported that without naming names, the script goes on to bash national news outlets as purveyors of fake news. And you know who they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's CNN. And
let me tell you how the commies plant propaganda back home.
I don't know. I posted this story a couple days ago, and I love what we do and where we do it. And I'm so grateful that we have this platform and management and owners that let us say what we feel and speak our mind. And I can't imagine how hard that would be for those anchors that work over there that are now, I would refuse to read it. I wouldn't do it.
I don't know if they have done it. The last time I talked with somebody privately off the record from a Sinclair entity, that person said, well, we don't do it. We just don't do it. We ignore it. Now, I don't know if that's continued or not. But
well, this is a new edict, from what I understand. So,
yeah.
Because they found out that they were running the propaganda pieces that Sebastian Gorka records for them. They're running them at 3 a.m. And so they found out about that, and they said, well, we're just going to do this now. This is the new thing.
And as to your comment, Gina, I don't consider this a platform.
But I'm serious.
I am too. I don't consider this a platform. I think our number one job is to entertain people.
Well, no, that's all I mean. I don't mean this is a platform for political.
Well, that's
views.
what it sounds like.
I just mean we nobody tells us what to say or how to say it.
Usually.
I mean, but seriously.
No, you're right. Listen, now you got to see this picture. I hope Dylan has it. Ryan Bundy, who led 2 armed standoffs against federal agents. He's going to run for governor in Nevada.
Of course he is.
Look at him. There he is.
Of course he is.
Right there in the middle of that picture at x96.com/live. There he is.
I'm telling
you,
the
next governor of Nevada.
I'm telling you right now, if the Bundys, if that whole group, if they hadn't have been white, they'd be dead right now. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good. Good on you, Nevada. Go ahead, vote for him. This is a nice story. I don't have all of the details. All I have is the headline and the picture, but I like it. This young lady helped an elderly man cut his ham at the Waffle House.
Oh.
She has been given a $16,000 college scholarship by the mayor of the city. And I don't know what city the Waffle House was in. I don't have the complete story here.
Waffle Town, USA.
A nice story.
But there
Thank
she
you
is.
For the nice story.
There she is in the middle. She helped an elderly man at the Waffle House cut his ham. I can't.
More nice stories.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes.
God, I like that.
Thank you.
Let's see if I have one more. A nice story.
Just a nice story.
I should do this story. It's not particularly nice, but I only do this because we have a friend of the program, Becky, who's, are they her aunt and uncle? Anyway, she's related to that couple that's missing in Arizona. And there's a story here. And Becky, if you're listening, I don't mean to alarm you, but it's because this is nowhere near, I think, the place that your relatives went missing. This is Buckeye, Arizona. Police in Buckeye say bones found at a farm have been confirmed as human bones. It's unknown, who it is, or if it's even a child or an adult. They might be old. They're not exactly sure. But I bring this up. People go missing.
And sometimes you never...
And bones are found.
Yeah.
Sometimes, years later. And maybe you can't get an identity from them. It's just so bizarre that this can happen. But Arizona is a lonely place in a lot of respects. There are places that whether it's by nefarious actions or just getting lost, you may not be found. It's weird, but it happens. And then let's see. I guess we're out of time, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do this story about the fugitive known as Stinky Butt. Maybe next.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Stinky Butt.
Weather, traffic.
Yeah, it's warm and getting warmer. Will be 58 for a high today.
No, it won't.
What? That's what this says.
Nah, come on.
This doesn't lie.
You're kidding me.
And it'll be nice for the soccer game tomorrow outside in the afternoon.
You mean at Rio
Mid-50s.
Tinto?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Traffic. Not a lot going on. Signal problems. Geneva Road, 1600 North and Orem. Treat that as a four-way stop. Some people were telling me about a dead dog in the road, which made me sad. Right lane exit 310, southbound I-15. That's traffic. When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind.
Whew.
You and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Their roofs and Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
Does that mean you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, here's boner candidate number 3. Is this one of those flavored waters? Vadnaeus, I like that name. Vadnaeus Heights, Minnesota. Vadnaeus. A Minnesota restaurant worker is accused of urinating in a coworker's water bottle after she rejected his advances. Prosecutors charged 47-year-old Corando Cruz Perez of Minneapolis with adulterating a substance with bodily fluids. The St. Paul Pioneer Press reports deputies were called to the restaurant in Vadnaeus Heights after an employee reported, "A baker has been harassing me." According to the complaint, the woman also noticed several times that the water bottle she keeps at work tasted like urine. The complaint said that Cruz Perez denied tampering with the woman's water bottle, but later admitted, maybe once I did it.
Well, maybe once.
Maybe I peed in her bottle once. The restaurant was so busy and I couldn't use the bathroom. That's why I did it. It was just sort of an accident. I'm sorry. Yeah. Boner candidate number 3. Is this one of those flavored waters?
All right. Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Oh, his first bong. There is video on Facebook, or there was, in Australia. A mother gave her 11-year-old son a bong, his first bong. Oh, how nice. And then it prompted him to smoke it. Boner candidate number 2, I am in my own country. A college faculty member in California caught on video telling an Asian American man, yes, a man born here in America, go back to your home country. And then boner candidate number 3, is this one of those flavored waters?
All right, there you go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates here in round 1, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward and get a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 2. We'll do the same thing with 3 more candidates at 8:20. And we'll take the winner of this round and the winner of that round, and we'll throw them in the boner fight at 9:20 to decide who is boner of the day today. All right, so pick your contestant. Which one is a contender? 1, 2, or 3. Put the number of the one you think should win in the message of a text and text that to 33986. It's one way. Another way to vote is to call 877-602-9696. The producer's booth will take your vote. Or go online, x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting March 9 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
X96 is Utah's original alternative.
6. Time to award round 1 of your boner voting.
And round 1 of the boner voting is brought to you by Chicken Pot Pie.
In part, Bill.
I know. It's hard to do it in part when it's chicken pot pie. You want it to dominate. But who else is helping out?
Well, happy Friday. The sun's shining. The weather is sweet. Celebrate with dinner and drinks at Gracie's on the patio. Stick around for funky Friday music and dancing with DJ Godina. Adults only.
I wonder if there is a chicken pot pie, perhaps, at Gracie's.
Possibly.
Yeah. Go over and ask.
So there's boner candidate number 1. Oh, his first bong. An 11-year-old kid getting a bong from his mother and her encouraging him to smoke it. It's only harmless marijuana. She put that on Facebook. It went viral. She was arrested. 11 is a little young, ma'am. Boner candidate number 2, I am in my own country. A woman who is apparently a college faculty member in California, a counselor at a college, is caught on video arguing with an Asian American man and finally saying to him, "Why don't you go back to the country you came from?" Ma'am, I'm in the country I came from. I was born in America. And boner candidate number 3, is this one of those flavored waters? A man who was rejected, a romantic suitor, rejected by his coworker, has urinated in her water bottle. Well, let's see here. Not many votes for any of them.
Really?
Yeah. Boner T-shirt winner was our friend Garrett. Oh, I don't know if it's our friend Garrett. It's someone named Garrett.
Well, he's a friend of the program.
Friend of the program, but I'm not sure it's the specific Garrett. But the winner, boner candidate number 2, I am in my own country.
All right. That's a good choice. And it is now the winner of round 1. It now goes forward to round 2. Well, no, it'll go up against the winner of round 2, excuse me. Round 2 happens at 8:20, so we'll do this again, get another contestant. Then we'll throw 1 and 2 into boner fight, and you will decide at 9:20 who is boner of the day. Okay.
So I'm going to talk about something here, and you saw Nick bring in my purse.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have in it what I need in it. I probably took it out and put it on top of my desk. But my desk is 10 minutes from here, so I don't have time to go get it.
Again, Gina bitching about something she can't change.
There's a government-looking sort of paper, white paper on my desk. Just see if it's sitting there.
A government-looking paper.
You know, it's got like a seal of Utah on it. Kind of.
So you told Nick to get your purse.
Because it was in my purse.
But
I
you
must have pulled it out of my purse. Yeah. Anyway, remember my fiery crash?
Yes.
I do remember that. You were your car was rear-ended, right?
Yes, I was
on 13th East.
I was involved in a fire. Like the car that hit us burst into flames, like popping windshields and
the person who was driving had no
insurance.
No insurance. Was not arrested though, right? At the scene?
Was cited.
Cited at the scene, but not arrested.
So we get this
government-looking document that Nick has apparently found.
Let's see. Our file of the above captioned traffic accident shows that, and then the name of the driver.
Who's this from, by the way?
This is from the Department of Public Safety.
Okay.
And they put her name there. The driver has denied or failed as of this date to report that a policy of the automobile liability insurance they don't have insurance.
They have no insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
Now they want me to take this paper to Everest Collision and have Everest Collision verify how bad the damage was and that we took care of it.
Can they? So Everest Collision has already fixed it.
Yes. Now, and then they want me to send this back, and it says, after you send back this form, we will suspend the driving privilege of
said person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're waiting for me.
Yeah.
And I got this, and Joe left it for me, and he said, you want to take this over to Everest?
Take care of this, please.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm feeling bad.
Why?
Because they're going to take this woman's driver's license away.
Good.
I mean, think about what she did to you.
Good.
She could be doing it to other people.
Good.
Maybe some people shouldn't be driving, Grandpa.
But why is this? I just assumed when this accident happened that, you know, that the police would take care of it or the state would take it. But
They have.
This is how the state takes care of it. I have to be a part of this process and send it in. They're not going to take it away until I fill this out and send it back.
So?
I feel uncomfortable with that.
Why?
Because then my fingers are in it. Then I did
Jeez.
something.
Yeah. You did something.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
It's like,
not at all. Not even in the slightest. Listen, first serious accident I was ever in, the driver who forced me off the road accidentally because he wasn't paying attention, and my car crashed, and a couple of people were hurt, and the car was damaged severely, and we're standing there with the highway patrol trooper, and they got the guy. They flagged him down. Some other drivers flagged him down. He didn't even know he'd run me off the road. And he came back, and he was standing there, and he was an older guy, and he was just devastated. He was shaking, and he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I caused this." And I said to the highway patrol trooper, "I feel very sorry for this guy." And the highway patrol trooper said, "Nail his ass to the wall."
Because some people shouldn't be driving, right?
I don't know. That may have been a one-off mistake, but it was a bad one. Nail his ass to the wall.
But part of it, and this is my paranoia, you know, she has all the information of me and my husband. You know, what if...
You are not the one suspending her license.
But I kind of am.
No, you're not.
Now,
if I don't send this in...
Now, this is some text coming in, all right? The driver must have insurance. You're only doing the paperwork.
They're not.
It's on them.
Yeah.
Also, they will suspend her license if they haven't already, no matter what. This form just helps them do that, and also assesses the damages that they're going to charge her to pay you.
Oh,
She's going to have to come up with some kind of restitution.
Yeah, because we had to pay for everything.
Yeah. So that's what this is for. And then when she doesn't pay you, then you'll have to take her to small claims court. And,
I don't think does your husband ever yell at you like I do?
Ever what?
Yell at you like I do.
No.
If you don't take that in while he's gone, I can guarantee he'll yell at you. He'll say, "You what?"
He's never yelled at me.
And Dylan from the next room says, "Gina, the police have asked you to do something. You have to do it." Playing to the Mary Claire in her. No, I think that you
felt
should
bad.
do it.
I know I shouldn't feel bad, but I felt
Nail
bad.
her ass to the wall.
Because who else is she doing this to?
I don't know.
I mean, when
there were children in your car, your little children,
and her car.
Yeah,
she had a baby with her.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably still driving poorly out there somewhere, not paying attention.
Okay,
you know, she needs to be stopped.
Okay.
I mean, when I was in my accident, and this is the kids who stole or borrowed their neighbor's car and crossed the freeway into my lane, and I T-boned them. And I said to Ed, "Let's go get them," you know. And Ed says, "Well, they've got nothing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't need money. I just need them stopped from doing this."
Yeah.
And because Ed's a nice human being, he's talked me out of it. But in this situation, I mean, really, you're just doing the paperwork to get the money back that you are owed.
I guess that's.
And it's all on her. She needs to be held accountable.
It was her car that was a fiery ball of...
Yeah.
Well, so she doesn't have a car to drive anyway. Don't worry about it.
Well, you
so
don't know
you're saying
that.
I don't have to put...
Yeah, she doesn't have a car to drive, so she doesn't need a license.
You don't know that, though. She may be borrowing it from a neighbor or something.
She was borrowing that car from a friend, right?
Wasn't she?
Yeah.
So if you're her friends, who's going to let her borrow your car now? It's not a problem.
Okay.
I got a car she can borrow.
So do it.
She's probably listening to the show right now and knows where you are.
Yeah, do it.
Also, if she was fine driving without insurance, she's probably fine driving without a license. So
that's not going to stop her, probably. I don't know.
I did that for a while.
Drove without a license?
Yeah.
What? Bill?
I was being, middle finger to authority scofflaw, and my driver's license expired. And I said, I don't need a driver's license. That's the man who issues that.
Until you do.
How'd that work out for you?
Not so well.
Yeah.
When I got stopped for a minor infraction, I think it was speeding, or I think it was actually a turn violation of some sort. Let me see your license. I don't have one. Sorry? I don't have. Okay, out of the car.
3-car crash southbound I-15 approaching 123rd South exit in Draper. The cars are on the right shoulder. And that looks like that's about it. Brought to you by Bad Apple. Smartphones are absolutely essential in today's world, but unfortunately they break when they do. Take it to Bad Apple. Go to badapplerepair.com.
People were concerned that you were driving the Liberal limousine without a license.
No, we don't let Gina drive that.
No, you.
You.
Oh, me? No.
All right.
No, I've got a license for that. I have a special license for the Liberal limousine. It's just like my chauffeur's hat. My license says FU on it.
I thought it'd be the BLDL.
BLDL?
The Bleeding Heart Liberal driver's license.
It is, yeah.
Okay. We'll be back with Meh question of the week. Okay. All right. Coming up, stand by. KXRK Provo. Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
Does your insurance company seem a little robotic?
Here at Insurance Corporation, we experience pride in producing plans suitable for 87.023% of the entire population.
When it comes to protecting your future, no one can replace a human. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we sit down with you for a super.
Sentence number 1 in Spanish, please.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de Acción de Gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Wow.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de Acción de Gracias después de la cena? Estoy lleno.
Yes, no. Estoy lleno. Ajá.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
Estoy lleno.
¿Qué dijo el pavo de Acción de Gracias después? Después. Gracias después de la cena estoy lleno. Wow.
Estoy lleno.
Gracias después.
Wow. All right.
Okay, that's good, Gina.
All right.
And in English, Mario?
I was talking to someone, and then they said, how come Gina always said just the last word? She never said the whole sentence. Estoy lleno.
How do you say because she's very lazy?
Porque es muy floja.
Muy floja.
Muy floja. Go ahead in English, Mario.
Okay. What did the Thanksgiving turkey say after dinner?
I don't know what.
I'm stuffed.
Estoy lleno.
Stop.
Estoy lleno.
All right, and sentence number 2 in Spanish, please.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Utah, yo le voy a las porristas.
Sí.
Algo de porra para Brigham Young. Otros para la Universidad de Utah. Yo le voy a las porristas. ¡A las porristas!
And that is in English, Mario?
Some cheer for Brigham Young, others for the University of Utah. I cheer for the cheerleaders.
Yay! The only way to go.
But not when my wife is around.
No.
Yep.
No. Mario, are you going to have a big traditional Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes, sir.
What will you have?
We're going to have turkey. I'm sorry, pavo.
Pavo.
De Acción de Gracias.
And what else will you have?
Usually we met at El Farol.
Oh, do you?
We met at El Farol, so we all bring a dish.
Yeah.
So
and have
pavo is gonna be there for reals.
So you'll have the turkey at the restaurant, and
then some other dishes, salads, and.
What will your wife bring, or do you cook?
I don't cook.
Yeah, your wife will cook.
My wife will cook,
and she will bring.
Let me call her.
No, it's all right. Thanks, Mario.
I don't know what she'll bring.
I'm sure she appreciates the fact that you know what she's bringing. Right. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Well, yeah, brought to you by Prohibition. It's that all-new restaurant and bar in Murray, north of Fashion Place Mall. Weekends are a roaring good time at Prohibition. Events and information at prohibitionutah.com. Now, whoever sent in the best question of the week gets that, as well as tickets to the International Sportsman's Expo.
So the best question, or question of the week, this week comes from Jay. He says, "Hello, lords and lady in waiting. This is Jay, your Brigham City BFOP. With all of the love/hate for the song Sounds of Silence," he wrote Sound of Silence, but it is Sounds of Silence, isn't it?
I think it's Sound. Let me look.
Is it Sound of Silence?
Let me look it up.
By Disturbed. He says, "I personally like it, but is there a remake of a song that you like more than the original? Or a remake that people hate but you like? Personally, I absolutely love Chris Cornell's remake of Billie Jean. I think it's far better than the original. I think I'm the only person that likes it, though. He turned it
like
into
that one, yeah.
Okay, so you and Jay. He
I
turned
hate that Sound of Silence song, though. Ugh.
Yeah, so you're at odds with Jay on that one.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
He turned it into a real blues-style song, which I like. Thanks for letting me listen. Make mine a double. Geek Show says, hey, and Gina, you ruined the show just a long time ago. Just kidding.
It's been a long time.
So, so I thought about it. I couldn't think of anything, and then I went to some websites that said, here are remakes, and all of these things started coming back to me. It's hard to do, though, because either you like a remake you may like it, and you like but it's seldom that you really like it better than the original, if you liked the original song to begin with. So I was just looking stuff up. I didn't know, or I had forgotten, that Take Me to the River by Talking Heads is a remake.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I've ever heard the original Al Green.
It's Al Green.
Yeah, I don't think
wonderful.
I've heard it.
It's a wonderful song.
And then I thought, of course, Johnny Cash doing "Hurt," but do I like that better than?
I do.
I don't know.
The
as
Nine
I like
Inch
it.
Nails?
Yeah, I don't know as I like it better.
I'm tired of it, but I like it better.
I think it's a great remake, but I love the original. I don't like it better. And then let's see, there was one other. Tom Jones doing "Kiss." Now,
Prince.
Now, I like the original better than the Tom Jones remake, but I really like the Tom Jones remake. I think it's funny. And
You got to give him points.
yeah. But then I remembered this song, and most people won't know this guy, Richard Thompson. He's been around forever. He's a great singer and guitar player and songwriter. He and his wife, Linda Thompson, when they were married, had it was the record of the year. I forget what it was called, but it was huge. And he...
You want to hear the original first?
Yeah, so here's the original.
What?
Britney Spears. Which I don't know. I don't know pop songs much, but this song was so everywhere in whatever year that was. And it's awful.
Yes.
So Richard Thompson, this guy that I love.
Carrie's dancing.
Doing the "I'm not that innocent" part of it.
I think he's been around I think he was in Fairport Convention.
He's been around forever.
So here's Richard Thompson doing a remake of Oops, I Did It Again, and I love this.
I think I did it again. I made you believe we're more than just friends.
Why did he do this?
Listen.
It might seem like a crush, but that doesn't mean that I'm serious.
He lost a bet.
Lose all my senses.
He's making it a pretty good song.
It's just so typically me. Ooh, baby, baby. Oops, I did
How do you
it
say
again.
upside did it?
Upside did it again.
I think it's great. Listen to the whole thing. He gets into it more and more, and it gets real serious.
If we had time, I would listen to the whole thing.
Richard Thompson, check him out in general. You'll love his stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up Prince, so it's going to be blasphemy for me to say a Prince song that I like the remake better.
What's the Prince song?
The Prince song is...
All right, hang on. I got to get this.
The Prince song
from
is...
1979.
All right.
Okay.
But you don't think of Prince as being 1979.
Oh, yeah.
I always think of Smashing Pumpkins.
I Feel For You.
I like that song.
Wait, that's not it.
This is the original.
This is Prince? Yeah.
It's a 6-minute song, Jana.
I like this song quite a bit.
This must be a remix of it, but it's...
This isn't it?
No.
Doesn't sound like the...
No, that's not it.
No.
That's what you sent me.
I'm sorry.
That's not it.
Anyway.
But you like...
But I like...
Because that might be Prince. I don't know.
But I like...
I don't
you
know what
prefer
that was.
This one.
I bet most people don't know he not only that he wrote this song, but that he recorded it.
I think I heard this one first.
You did. Most people did.
Yeah.
His is not... That one I said... That's what I get for just pulling it off the internet here and not listening
Well,
to it.
I imagine if it's Prince, it's probably not available on the
Prince
internet because he pulled most of his
Prince
stuff.
is weird. But yeah, I like Shaka Khan better.
Well, now, and
Shaka
people
Khan.
are asking which was first, Sinead O'Connor or Prince?
So
and I think that was Prince, wasn't it?
Prince recorded it, but yeah, the one you know is the Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, she took it and it had a big hit with it.
Yeah.
And there's so many that are coming in, people, talking about their favorites. Here is the original.
Could want to do. I could never see to.
This is the Bee Gees.
Bee
right?
Gees.
Yeah.
I was never told about the sorrows. A broken heart.
This is the original.
Yeah.
This is who did it originally. And now let me present to you the superior version of it. Here we go.
Who's this?
My favorite, Al Green.
No, he's no Morris Gibb.
You can't tell me that
No,
the
I
original
won't.
is
Come on,
better
Morris Gibb.
than that.
No.
Come on. Do you have Al Green doing "Take Me to the River"? 'Cause I don't think I've ever heard it.
Let me look.
That's because that Talking Head song is so great, and I think this is the first time I knew that it was a remake.
Oh yeah,
Really?
That's really
Can't
really.
you just tell by the lyrics that it sounds like an old spiritual song?
Sometimes when I think there are a lot of songs that people don't, and me included, don't realize are remakes.
A lot, yeah, there are a lot of songs,
and it's really cool to find that out.
and it's really interesting when you'll find somebody who's digging on a remake, and you go, oh, you know, that was originally
what?
Ooh. Talking Heads.
And see, I prefer the live version.
The live version of this
Yeah.
from Talking Heads,
Mhm.
yes. But
It's a little peppier.
yeah, this is what we have handy right now. It would take me an extra 30 seconds to bring out the live.
Yeah, they pep it up for the live version.
But yeah, so there you go.
And that's you can see that in Stop Making Sense.
Stop Making
They do
Sense
that,
is where
and
it is,
it's David Byrne in that giant suit dancing all over the stage and singing this. Man,
So if you have a best question of the week, email it to us, radiofromhell@x96.com. Put best question in the subject line. You could win stuff like we had Prohibition and the International Sportsman's Expo tickets that we gave to that person.
to Jay.
Tickets are just $14. Youth and under are youth and 15 and under are free. Use the code X96 and get $4 off at thesportsexpos.com.
And, you know, Sue reminds me of one that I should have thrown in, and that is Blur, Beautiful People.
Yeah.
I think Shatner's remake is actually better, and I'm not joking.
You got both of them handy?
I don't have them handy, but
Common People? Isn't that what-
of Common
Common
People.
People,
Common
yeah.
People, that's
And
it.
it's not Blur, it's Pulp.
Pulp, that's it, not Blur.
But you're very
I get
close
'em.
with all of
They're all
those.
four
It's
letters,
Pulp-
British.
It's Junior Pulp and the All-Stars.
Yes, it's, you know, anyway. Yeah. Do you have traffic?
Yes, I do.
Well, then do it.
Okay.
And tell us all about it, because we need to know.
Crash southbound I-15 at 119th South. That's still the only accident I'm seeing. Let me check our message stream quickly. 33986 is where you send in traffic information. Somebody says, avoid 201 eastbound by the 215 exit. It's going to back up there. There's a bad 3-car accident blocking the left lanes. Thank you for sending that in.
All right, we've got bonus round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1. Well, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. Boner candidate number 2. He's a walking scandal. And boner candidate number 3.
Will these jerks never give up?
All right, boners round 2, along with big boy news after these.
On the most current episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, I talked to Lee George Cade. He's a member of the GeekShowPodcast.com panel. He's a vegan jerky impresario, and he's been lurking around in my life for over 20 years. Lee George Cade on this episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, the letsgoeatshow.com.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we join our elders as they are drawn to a mysterious, uncharted planet.
Are you sure the weird booming voice in your head said that this was the planet?
Yeah, this is the place.
I'm getting no signs of life on this planet anywhere. Just some weird power source in a cavern well beneath the surface.
Well, we better check it out.
Wow, cool cavern. Yeah. Hey, Lehi, look! Lava lamps. Keen, huh?
Hey, Butch, you shouldn't mess around with stuff that's not ours.
Put me down.
Who said that?
It came from the lava lamp.
That is not a lava lamp. It is my receptacle. I am Calgon. Welcome to our world.
Sorry. Well, who's in the other receptacle?
That is my son, Polygon. We have resided here for 50,000 years, waiting for someone to come.
Hi. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
And we heard you call, and we're here to offer any assistance we can. How did you guys end up in these receptacle thingies anyway?
We were a proud people, so technically advanced that we would be considered gods by your standards. We could have made an operational hyperbike the size of a walnut.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Wouldn't be very useful, though.
Centuries ago, our world was ravaged by war. We saw our own destruction and designed this cave to ensure the survival of our species. Of all the great minds of our world, only my son and I have survived.
Well, what do you want from us? A chance to hear the first discussion?
After 50,000 years, we wish to borrow your bodies so that we may get out and stretch our legs.
Oh, and what would happen to us?
You would occupy our receptacles during our short stay in your body.
Oh, hey, no way. How do we know you guys even have legs?
Come on, Butch, it'll be fun. Besides, we're here to help people.
And what guarantee do we have that you won't leave us stranded in these receptacles for the next 50,000 years?
I promise. Cross my heart.
Well, we'll have to take your word for that. Okay, we'll do it.
Oh, Father, I had forgotten what it was like to breathe the air. We have been in the receptacles for far too long.
Yes, my son, far too long. I can't wait to have a cup of coffee.
Not in my body, you don't.
And I want to get a Slurpee and give myself brain freeze.
Oh, I hate brain freeze. Hey, time's up. Get back in your receptacles.
Have Butch and Lehi been cheated out of their bodies? Could our elders baptize a receptacle? Are they waterproof, or do they float? Will Lehi's body get its first taste of coffee? Can Butch survive a bad case of brain freeze? Tune in next time to hear Calgon say...
Well, my son, we gave our word. It is now time to surrender their bodies and return to our receptacle.
No way! I haven't even gotten to play Nintendo yet. You just want to give them back their bodies because I got the good-looking one.
Oh, how true.
On the next hip dislocating episode of Space Elders!
9696. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 821. And remember all that information for boner voting. It's time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you have to decide, of these 3, which one is the worst? Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get a 50-50 chance of becoming boner of the day? It'll go up against the winner of round 1. This is round 2. Round 3, or boner fight, is when boner of the day is decided. We'll do that at 9:20. So 2 candidates now, then a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Gracie's.
Really? That's great.
Uh-huh.
Here's boner candidate number 1. That's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. Yes, a bungling Manhattan mortuary. A staff that's brain dead, doesn't know what to do or how to run a mortuary. In just a few hours on Sunday, the R.G. Ortiz Funeral Home, there it is at x96.com/live, botched 4 different funeral services, causing extra pain for grieving families, including one that was presented a casket with the wrong person inside.
Oops.
It was another woman in my mother's dress, said Miguel Paulino Castro. I was in disbelief. The former corrections officer from the Bronx said that the other woman's remains, which were clad in an outfit that the family had picked out for their 79-year-old mom, Maria, appeared not to have been embalmed, and they were in the early stages of decomposition.
Yeah.
The shocking blunder was revealed after the remains were delivered 3 hours late from another funeral home in the Bronx. So they went to have the funeral, and the body wasn't there of their mother. 3 hours passed. Here comes the body. It's not his mother. It's a decomposing woman in his mother's dress.
Lord.
Well, they look different when they're dead. It's,
Shocking blunder was revealed after the remains were delivered 3 hours late. Castro said he tracked down his mother's body at another funeral home on his own. And then there were other funerals that same day at that same mortuary that were entirely bungled.
Wow.
Bodies showing up late, bodies not the wrong body at one funeral again.
Mm-hmm.
Boner candidate number 1. Well, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom.
Wow.
Boner candidate number 2. He is a walking scandal. The Interior Department in Washington, D.C. has now spent $138,670 on a door at Ryan Zinke's office.
On one door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like doors for the whole
A
building.
door. The department awarded the contract to Conquest Solutions, a Greenbelt, Maryland-based company that specializes in automation systems. A contract summary available on online lists the purchase as Secretary's Door. Conquest Solutions could not be reached for comment. The Interior Department did not immediately respond to Huffington Post request. However, Department spokeswoman Heather Swift did confirm that the purchase was made, saying that Mr. Zinke was not necessarily aware of the contract and the purchase. It is part of a long-running modernization of the historic headquarters building in Washington, D.C. Secretary is not aware of the contract, but agrees. He says, well, maybe that is a little much for a door.
A little much?
You think?
Emily Atkin of the New Republic reported that the Interior Department may have installed an electronic security door, perhaps one featuring a fingerprint or retina reader.
Oh, my hell.
A specialist at a company similar to the one the Interior Department contracted with said that if it is that kind of door, that's about what they run, if it's a special security door.
Why do you need that?
Well, why does he need
what?
half of the stuff he's put in there?
Oh, is he the guy with the soundproof?
Quote,
yes.
Zinke is a walking scandal.
Yes.
Who believes that he can live the life of luxury on the American taxpayer dime, and it's time that Trump puts a stop to it, said Ethan Manuel of the Sierra Club. Upon looking over the Interior Department, upon taking over the Interior, Zinke redecorated his office with a slew of dead creatures.
Well, I'm the Secretary of the Interior. That's how you're supposed to decorate.
And a collection of Navy SEAL knives. Staff members were left scrambling to accommodate the changes, shuffling around a huge grizzly bear mounting bison and elk heads directly into the office's carved oak paneling. So just screwing them in there into the oak paneling and making way for a $1,749 leather couch.
Jeez.
That included white glove delivery service. It was from California.
Isn't he like doing all the private jet
He uses
flying around?
private planes.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own flag now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's the flag. This is all him.
And, yeah, that's all Zinke.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. He's a walking scandal. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3 will be, will these jerks never give up?
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo Now, brought to you by.
You know, you really should be watching x96.com/live.
Why is that?
Well, this week, it's sponsored by Amazing Lash Studio.
Ooh.
It's the Amazing Lash Cam.
Ah.
I'm batting my eyelashes at you right now.
Those are amazing lashes.
And I'll be at Amazing Lash Studio tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. for their grand opening in Sugar House on Wilmington Avenue.
All right, thank you.
Well, let's see if I don't want to make sure I don't miss one of these weird stories here. All right, here's, we told you about the bag of hands, right?
Told you about the bag of hands.
All right, here we go. A fashion designer, a kid's fashion designer, slashed her husband across the face with a pair of scissors after finding naked images of his much older lover on his cell phone. She yelled, "You are going to die tonight."
Well,
Charlotte Laudette, who is 31 years old, was enraged when she discovered the revealing pictures of her 40-year-old husband Simon's 70-year-old girlfriend. "You are suffering tonight. You are going to die tonight," she shouted as she pulled out the scissors from her robe and stabbed him 8 times.
You know, you can just get divorced.
Fearing for his life, Simon leapt out of a first-floor window. The pregnant Laudette wept as Judge Jane Sullivan warned her that she faces possible jail time after admitting to, "Yes, I did it. I slashed my husband with scissors. I saw various pictures of a lady in her late 70s naked. I never want to see them again," she said. She said Simon and his elderly squeeze had an agreement or an arrangement, and they went out and spent $70 on dinner and then
Had an arrangement.
Had a sex meeting after that, she said. She said, "At first I thought it was a joke, but then my husband admitted, yes, I've been having an affair with a 70-year-old woman."
Just get to it. You don't have to stab anybody.
No.
Just get to it. It's okay.
I know, but a stabbing is immediate. You know, it's...
Yes, but if you have
You don't have to go through all of the...
If you have the divorce papers, you can roll them up like a knife and then stab them with here. Here.
There is outrage over... There's so many of these stories now that I have the tendency to kind of skip over them. Officers pursued and violently arrested a man that they had suspected of jaywalking.
Well, we can't have that.
This is
What
in-
kind of
Jaywalking.
society do you want to live in?
This is in North Carolina.
Jaywalking.
And trespassing. Asheville, North Carolina. Federal authorities now are investigating body cam footage from August that shows 2 white police officers tasing and beating a black man who they had accused of jaywalking in Asheville, North Carolina. The footage has created an uproar in town. One of the officers has resigned. The police chief has offered to resign as well. The city is in an outrage, said Councilwoman Shanika Smith in a phone interview. Facebook is flaming. It was on fire. In the beginning of the video, Johnny Jermaine Rush being approached by a couple of cops shortly after midnight. They said, "You didn't use the crosswalk 4 times in a row." "Well, I'm just trying to go home, man. I'm tired," Mr. Rush says. "I just got off work. I've got 2 options. I can either arrest you or write you a ticket," the officer says.
There's a third option.
"Doesn't matter, man. Do what you do I got to get going, but don't harass me anymore," Mr. Rush said. And it quickly escalates in the video with them handcuffing him. He runs. He starts to run, and they tackle him to the ground, handcuff him, and then beat him.
Still for jaywalking?
Yeah. And I mean,
It
okay.
wasn't for jaywalking, Carrie.
Well,
Yeah.
it was.
We know why.
It was jaywalking while black.
Yes.
that's
and it was after midnight.
And it was after midnight.
We would prefer that you people are not out in the dark.
Yeah.
And there are just too many of those stories.
There are.
I kind of skip a lot of them, and I don't know, maybe, and I think, did I do this one already? Have I read this before?
They all run together.
Yeah.
There's easily one or two a day.
A woman named in the non-disclosure agreement signed by Stephanie Clifford, that is Stormy Daniels, a woman who was in that non-disclosure agreement, turns out to be another porn performer and also someone who is accusing Donald Trump. Actress Jessica Drake, and she's really good.
Have you seen her work?
I've heard.
Oh.
Identified in the agreement as Angel Ryan. So we'll just use their porn names.
These
okay?
are all their. Now, are these their porn names or their?
This is her porn name. So we got Stormy Daniels.
Okay.
And we've got Angel Ryan.
All right.
Don't those sound like their porn names?
Yes.
She was mentioned as one of 4 people aware that Stormy Daniels. They keep going back and forth between the names. So she is one of the 4 people who was aware that Stormy Daniels allegedly had an affair with Trump for a year between 2006 and 2007. During the 2016 presidential campaign, Stormy Daniels accused Trump of grabbing her, kissing her, offering her $10,000 for sex. She said the incident occurred in July at Lake Tahoe. And Ms. Angel Ryan also says, well, I was at that event too, and he did the same thing kind of to me. So both of the women have known each other for a long time, and both say they had relationships with Donald Trump, and then were paid to not talk about them. Stormy Daniels for sure. I'm sure Drake, is she mentioning it, saying that
she was invited and declined?
Here it is. Yeah,
she's the discerning porn star.
Yeah.
She just kind of knows about it all,
Yeah.
and she was told to not talk about it. The Utah legislature, a lot of stuff happened there. People witnessed it, but many people have been told to not talk about it. They've been paid to not talk about what went on in that final day. But they're all done now.
And?
Taxes are going to go up a little bit. Education is going to get more funding. They just didn't get to vote on a lot of bills. Oh, they did vote to have medical marijuana on a very limited basis. Now, again, we can bitch about the restrictions.
It's incremental, and they're saying
this is a trial product.
Yeah,
this is a trial. Let's do it in a trial. See how that goes. Then we'll, if that seems to
expand it.
And I think what they're mostly worried about is not the fact that people are going to be using marijuana medicinally. That's not what they're worried about. They're worried about how it's going to be distributed and controlled.
They're worried about Dr. Feelgood, K-Pasa. Where's my doobie?
Then they'd better start securing their borders, because between Colorado and Nevada, you don't have anything to worry about.
So I think and now how they did that, they set aside $1.65 million to sue California.
I know.
Because California wants to keep coal out of the state.
Yeah.
Because they want clean air.
Yeah.
It's their state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we'll make them take it.
This will never work.
It's more of our money. Just go ahead.
They're going to take it to court, and they're going to lose.
Yes, they will.
They were going to ban. They were a proposal to ban cities from banning plastic bags got trashed. So
again, this is something else that
in Park City. That Park City has said we don't want plastic grocery bags anymore. We're banning them. You either bring your own bags, or I think maybe they have paper still,
or they charge you a dime or something like that for a bag.
And that's their decision. But somebody in the legislature was saying, well, we can't have cities doing that willy-nilly.
Why can't? What's the argument for it?
I don't know. We should regulate this. And then somebody else wisely said, cities have some amount of autonomy as well, just like the state claims to have some amount of autonomy from the federal government. So wisely they got rid of that. Let's see. They acknowledged climate change for the first time ever.
How?
They did?
Did they?
A resolution.
Begrudgingly?
Yeah, it was a resolution recognizing the impacts of a changing climate on Utah citizens. For the first time, the state of Utah is recognizing the existence of a changing climate, factors that contribute to these changes, and the potential negative effects on the state of Utah. Now, it's not a law or anything, but it is a resolution saying,
Okay, again, it's a baby step. I'll take it.
we're aware of the problem.
I'll
We
take
agree that there is climate change, and you know they're going against the president when they say that. Let's see if there's anything else here. Did I say more money is going to be going to education? Police lawmakers ban police departments for setting quotas for tickets. Every city in the state of Utah will say, well, we don't have any quotas. We don't have quotas. We don't tell the officers, well, you're running low, go out and give a bunch of tickets. We don't do that. Well, apparently they do.
They do. Anytime they ever told you that there were quotas, they were lying.
Well,
there
we don't
weren't quotas,
call it
they
a
lied.
quota.
Yeah.
We
No,
call it
something else.
An initiative.
Yeah.
We're out there doing a public safety sweep.
There you go.
That's what that is. But they passed a bill that said cities may not establish quotas for tickets. Let's see. They expanded the Medicaid a little bit.
Well,
and this is after years of trying to do it.
And isn't there a work mandate? I think?
Let's see. Did they put that in there?
I'm pretty sure it's in there.
Yep, it looks like it.
All right. Weather, traffic, sports, whatever you want to do here.
Yeah, I just want to remind you, tomorrow is first home match for RSL. Kickoff is at 1:30 in the p.m. It'll be nice tomorrow, mid-50s, sunny, much like it will be today. And you can win a package there. Go to x96.com. It's opening game prize pack. It has 4 tickets to the game, dinner at the Interform Club, pregame field passes, jerseys, scarves, access to the postgame autographed session. So you can enter that at x96.com, or you can just buy tickets to go to the game at rsl.com. And weather, like I said, will be much the same today. 58 for a high. Traffic, we've got crash eastbound 201 freeway at the I-215 West Belt. Cars are on the left shoulder. I'm going to check our message stream quickly. 33986 is the text number. And looks like things are pretty good. That's traffic. All right, thank you.
I didn't see this. One more thing from the legislature before we do boner candidate number 3. Lawmakers say they don't want to know if their proposed laws might be unconstitutional.
They don't want to know.
So the practice is that with any bill, it goes through attorneys at the legislature,
makes sense.
And they make notes on those bills.
Makes
this one
sense.
looks good. It looks like everything's shipshape.
Yeah.
This one looks like it might be unconstitutional. We might have a problem with it. They passed a bill that said, no more. We don't want those notes.
That's just
we
stupid.
don't want to know.
That's just
because
stupid.
we want to decide on this without worrying about whether it's constitutional.
Because we want to be able to say we passed this, but the courts, the activist judges,
they are divisive.
Wow. All right. That should be a boner candidate next week, I think. But it's time for boner candidate number 3 in round 2.
I'm going to make sure I read that right.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3. Will these jerks never give up? And again, there are too many of these stories. U.S. Marines attending a weekend showing of Black Panther at their base in Okinawa, Japan, were confronted with a theater marquee showing a racist slur instead of the movie's title. Military officials are investigating how someone gained access to the roof of the theater at Camp Hansen before the showing and changed the sign. A photo of the marquee, we have it here at x96.com/live. They changed it to Fat Black N-word. And fat is P-H-A-T to make it even worse. Yeah. Fat Black N-word is the movie. The way they changed the movie sign. So, will these jerks never give up?
Apparently not.
Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Let's see. We had boner candidate number 1, which was, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. A funeral home. It's sad. It's horrible. Funeral home kept dressing wrong bodies in wrong clothes. Boner candidate number 2, he's a walking scandal. Ryan Zinke and all the money he's spending. And boner candidate number 3, will these jerks never give up?
All right, time to vote for round 2 of your boners. You got to decide which one of these 3 is the worst and therefore most qualified to go forward to Boner Fight and get a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. It'll go up against the winner of round 1, but this is round 2. Decide 1, 2, or 3, and put that number in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or call 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting March 9 and vote there. You've got 300 seconds. This is round 2. Let's go.
I had an email also from Little Weenie Intern.
Oh. Who's supposed to be here today.
Is he?
Wednesdays.
No. Kerry, he quit.
Well,
remember?
I know. He's supposed to be here to offer our best friends of the program Little Weenies.
And he's quit us.
Because in the morning, we ask the important question, Little Smokies or Little Polskas.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, people had not tried either.
Nope.
So, and it was great. We still have the crock pots, the little crock pots under my desk.
Thanks, Dominic.
From Gina's cousin. This is your little, it says, Dear Radio from Hellcast. This is your former Little Weenie Intern again. I have a request that I wish to run by all of you. I'm a bit nervous to ask you all of this, but...
No, you've abandoned us.
I have to try. I've been bummed out all week because of having to quit my internship. And I've debated pulling a Michael Jordan or more recently a Brett Favre and coming out of retirement, or a Lance Armstrong. And coming out of retirement, but alas, I cannot. I have too much school on Wednesdays, and yes, I do want more time with my wife. But that being said, I want to be a part of the show in some way so bad that I have an idea. I want to be the first Radio from Hell email news intern or something to that effect. Now, hear me out. This is my idea for it. As you know, I live in Ogden, and I get the Standard Examiner newspaper. As I read this paper, I often find news that seems to be in the paper for no other reason than to fill newspaper space. The news in Ogden is outright boring. My idea is that I could write a weekly email and share some of these news stories in a fun, comedic way. You could call it the Ogden Weenie News or something similar. If you like the Weenie News that week, you could read it on the air. I think that this would be a great opportunity for me to improve my writing skills, and that's why I look at it as an internship still. I know Richie's in charge of the internship, so of course ask him for his input about this as well. And maybe I could make a rare occasional visit to the studio, Weenies and all. To the studio, Weenies and all. I almost did not write to you to ask this, but I thought, why would they even consider doing this for me? But then I thought, well, I was a good little weenie intern, and maybe they will cut me a break. At least give me a week or two to see if I can do it. And if you all want to let me do something else similar to this, or if you have any other ideas, please just let me know. Maybe this was a bad idea. If it is, let me know. Thanks for letting me listen and cook the weenies. Love you, former little weenie intern Ben.
Well, Richie, of course,
comes Stedman.
in charge of the interns. He probably wants to weigh in.
He can, we can have him help us out. If he'd like to help us out with the big ass show, we could use a hand.
Oh.
And if you Ben, I'll send him an email. But if you want to send some news items from Ogden,
sure.
No guarantee that they would make the air, but.
And I'm being sincere, Ben. And if you in the future you clear your life up, you can come in and be here with us in the morning because I like you well enough.
He's a great guy.
The problem is he kind of sounds like he wants to rewrite the news in Ogden, whereas we probably just want him to send us copies of the articles.
Well, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do.
And that sort of go against your rule about professionals doing comedy?
Well, I'm not saying he'll make the cut. You know, I'm not saying it'll get on, but see what he can do.
Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
It's 8:48. Time to award round 2 of your boner.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by a, what was it called? A potato and cheese pie.
And stop buying disposable office printers off the shelf at that big box store. Get the highest quality commercial-grade printers from Valley Office Systems for a whole lot less than you would expect. ValleyOfficeSystems.com.
Boner candidate number 1, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. Funeral home screwing up several funerals. This is in New York. Boner candidate number 2, he is a walking scandal. At least according to the, I think he's the CEO or the president of the Sierra Club, who said that Ryan Zinke has just, he's spending money like it's going out of style. It's burning a hole in his pocket. And boner candidate number 3, will these jerks never give up? A movie theater in on a military post in Okinawa. They're showing Black Panther. The soldiers go to see, and somebody defaced the billboard and made it into a racist billboard. Let's see. Allison won the Gracie's gift card, and the voting was very close among all 3 of the candidates. But the winner by 2 votes turns out to be number 1.
Oh,
that's my mom's dress, but not my mom.
All right. That is now the contender for Boner of the Week. It goes up against the winner of round 1. Boner fight. Boner of the day is decided at 9:20.
And whatever Bill wants to talk about here is brought to you by Haster Games. They have the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it 6831 South State, online at hastergames.com.
I was going to show you my purses.
Your purses?
Yeah, but I was just looking at that. The last few minutes of the legislature recap that the Salt Lake Tribune did.
What are they doing to our purse strings, Bill?
When I told you that that they had they said we don't want any more notes from the legislative lawyers on these bills saying that they might be constitutional, not constitutional. They didn't pass a bill about that.
Oh.
They just spent some time bitching about it.
We hate it when you guys check our work.
No, wait, I'm sorry. I misread this.
What?
Representatives voted 46-21 to end the practice. Yep, so they did. Of requiring that legislative lawyers make notes on bills that might run afoul of the U.S. or Utah constitutions. These notes are subjective, divisive, and they're scarlet letters, said Representative Dan McKay.
No.
Mm.
If they put that on a bill, well, that brands it as being something really awful.
Yeah,
well, yes.
It's saying
because
this bill was introduced, but it...
Well, because the word unconstitutional is awful.
Yeah.
It's not something that we strive for, right?
Yeah,
oh, God, you guys.
That's really pretty bad.
You know...
And then I haven't talked about this, but there has been this big movement up there to rebrand UTA, the Utah Transit Authority.
Rebranded?
Rebrand it because its image is tarnished. There's been all of these stories over the last few years about the upper echelon of the UTA getting these extravagant pay, extravagant salaries. And travel and all of this kind of thing. And people feel that the UTA is tarnished. Some of the legislators do. So they've been talking about rebranding it, calling it something else to change its image. And
are you going to fix it first?
Well, they think
this
they
is
mostly
just like the cigarette companies that changed their name.
Yeah,
they still make cigarettes, Carrie.
Well, they think that the feeling is they've mostly gotten into that and kind of gotten rid of it, and they've restructured a lot of it, but somebody points out, well, if you want to rebrand UTA and I forget what it was, like it was like DUT, Department of Utah, TUD, Transportation. It was they
stupid.
It sounded dumb. I think it was DUT, Department of Utah Transportation. Yeah, something like that. And if anybody knows, quickly get it to me.
I still like WART.
But somebody, what does WART stand for?
Wasatch Area Rapid Transit.
Oh, yeah. That's
WART.
Good. WART.
That's perfect. Take that.
So
that's free.
But somebody pointed out, several people pointed out, how much this would cost
to rebrand.
Yeah,
that would be expensive.
You have to redo all the buses,
Exactly.
all the trains.
That's expensive.
All the letterhead. It would cost some millions of dollars, and so I guess they said they weren't going to do it, and then as the time wore on, I think they did it.
No.
Despite criticism over how much it cost, lawmakers celebrated a bill to rename and restructure UTA. They dismissed concerns raised by the chairwoman of the UTA. They will rename and restructure
It's
UTA.
the Transit District of Utah. TDU.
Really?
TDU, yeah. TDU.
TDU?
Yeah. That'll help.
Oh, come on, Wart.
This will cost... Where's the figure here? At least $50 million.
$50 million?
At least $50 million just to change the branding.
Surely that money could be used somewhere else.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, you would think they need new logos.
That's just ridiculous.
Well, they've done it. And, here's something about the Tesla dealership. But I did want to point out also they decided to table a bill that would have given a tax credit to working poor people.
What? Oh.
Yeah. So the working poor, no, they can spend $1.65 million to sue California.
Yeah.
Which will go
Bill,
nowhere.
you don't understand. That money comes from this other column over
hell
here,
with
and we
that.
can't possibly take money from there.
I thought money's fungible. I thought money's fungible.
Well,
Remember that? You keep telling me that.
That's what it means, that you can just flows.
No, that money has to come from here. It can't go from...
God, I hate them all.
Yeah, it turns out, no funding for Utah, a tax credit for Utah's working poor.
And I could never get elected.
Nope.
To do any of that. I could never get elected.
Tesla has been banned from opening a dealership in Utah.
Again,
but that could change. A bill that would allow Tesla to own and operate car dealerships in Utah. Let's see. I don't know if it passed or not. This is kind of a running commentary on the whole day of the last session.
Mm-hmm.
So things change as it goes on. Let's see. No.
And people are coming up with better names than TDU.
Yeah.
All over the place. There's Slut.
Yeah, that's
Salt
good.
Lake Urban Transportation. Or SHART, Sugar House Area Rapid Transit.
Bill,
I like SHART.
The Tesla takes a win for direct sales in Utah. A bill to allow operating its own stores does go to the governor's desk.
Okay, they did do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a better thing than what you're looking at that tells.
This is a running tally of the whole thing. So,
you want a running tally of the traffic? Is that what you're telling me? Sorry. Sedan broke down southbound I-15 between Provo University and Provo Center. Inside the median, his tires are inside the HOV lane. That came to me via text. 33986. When life feels like it's crashing down on you from above, Lifetime Roofing is there to offer you peace of mind. You and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. The roofs at Lifetime Roofing are simply better than everyone else's, period.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back. We got Boner Fight, Boner of the Day, and some other stuff coming up. Stand by. KXRK Provo.
Hi, this is Todd Newcomb. Every Sunday morning at 9, join me as I take you back to the era of dial-up internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the haunted house near you, he's the guy who chased you out at the end. He wears,
I was scared.
He wears the hockey mask and threatens you with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
He is Chainsaw Guy.
Yeah. How are you? You're the little girl who wet her pants last time, aren't you?
You scare me every time, James.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Guy, it's good to see you. Of course, a lot of people know you as the guy who chases you out at the end of the haunted house with the chainsaw.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
And you've been very busy.
Yes, very busy. This is my big night.
But a lot of people don't know that Chainsaw Guy is also a very sensitive man, especially in the ways of love and relationships.
Thank you. And I am a licensed sex therapist.
Now, when
sex therapist?
When you are, when you're doing your sessions, do you wear the mask? Or do you take it off ever?
The mask never comes off. I do change the jumpsuit occasionally. You like the new one?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, well, I thought it was time for a new set of overalls, and so I got the bright orange like a prison inmate.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
It adds to the menace.
Thank you.
All right. Chainsaw Guy, we have. I believe we indulge her every year. Chainsaw Guy, we have on the line Tim, Tim is on the line, who's desperately in need of some of your love advice. Tim, go ahead and tell Chainsaw Guy exactly what's going on and ask your question when you're finished.
Sure, Chainsaw Guy. Well, my question is, I'm in a relationship with a girl named Aubrey right now, and everything's going swimmingly with her. She's great. The problem is with her mother. Her whole family is all LDS and very LDS, and I'm very not LDS.
Yes.
Her mother naturally has a problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know, Chainsaw Guy, what should I do?
Well, Tim, I think I think, and I don't think it is. What is the story? I don't think it is something. I have to see, and again, and then mother and daughter, and you take both of them, but you send those brothers, for a lot of not editor, and a carry on talk, and I take the person over, and I say the visitor. And then I end up doing both.
So there you go, Tim.
Thank you very much.
I left out the part where, Chainsaw Guy has his chainsaw with him. It's all a key.
It's a pulling.
Part of the, it's a pulling. Yes, it is a pulling. Catherine. I don't blame you. Catherine, Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your question?
All right. I'm curious because I've been dating this guy
a
couple weeks.
Are you bi-curious?
Are you bi-curious is what he's asking?
That's what I said. Are you bi-curious?
No. I'm just curious because he keeps on saying that he wants to just love me to pieces.
Oh.
And I just don't know if I should let him do that because it kind of creeps me out.
Well.
So, Chainsaw Guy, what should Catherine do?
Well, Catherine, first to the Lord, if you get a refrigerated truck, and then you do it in the thing. And then, the second on the Lord, he's 13, oh, and then you turn, and then I kind of get a little bit, and then you just walk him, and then you will for them, and then he can live more of you in more places.
There you go, Catherine. I hope that helped. Are we done, Gina?
One more.
I'm always up, although I'm very busy. I've got
he does have to go and sharpen the chainsaw blade.
Just one more.
All right.
What do you mean? It's not a chainsaw blade. It's a chain, you idiot.
Yeah. Brittany.
Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Chainsaw Guy is here. What is your, tell us about your situation and then ask Chainsaw Guy what to do.
I have this friend that we've been friends for a long time, and I have a crush on him, and I just met his new girlfriend, and he wants me to honestly tell him what I think of her, and I can't stand her, and I want to tell him how I feel, but I just don't know. Chainsaw Man, what should I do?
Well, and I just Catherine, Brittany, whatever your name is, I think I know. And then go first. So you get a girlfriend, and then you go to him, and you really have a girlfriend. So what you need to do is pray about it, what you think about, and then you go home, and then I think there's no more first marriage. And then if you think of the word, and then you want to do, and then I think the two of the very end up in a three-way.
So there you go.
Thank you.
Brittany, Thank you.
No, thank you.
Can I go now? I've got a lot of people to scare.
Yes, thank you very much.
Sure.
Chainsaw Guy.
Are they performing now?
All right, yes. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Chainsaw Guy. It's just amazing he makes time on Halloween.
Look at that. He's out the door. Look at that.
There he goes.
There he goes. Orange jumpsuit. His pulling chainsaw. There he
Hockey
goes.
mask.
For another year, gone.
Glad he got rid of the Husqvarna.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as a pulling because they're higher pitched.
Yeah. I remember when he started, all he could afford was an eager beaver.
Hello, I'm Kerry Jackson. And I'm Bill Allred. And we want to tell you about a brand new Radio from Hell product. If you're a lonely guy, like us, a lonely, hungry guy, then you'll want to rush out to your local supermarket, you know, the one where you never meet chicks, and buy Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners. Lonely Man TV dinners come with a special pop-up picture on the lid. Just put your Lonely Man spaghetti dinner in the microwave oven. Then, after 7 minutes, take it out, peel back the lid, and there's a full-color photo of TV's The Nanny, Fran Drescher.
This spaghetti is delicious, Fran. I know! Don't you just love it?
You'll never have to eat alone again with Radio from Hell, Lonely Man TV dinners.
Try the soul food dinner, and you'll be dining with Tina Turner.
The ribs are mighty fine, Tina.
Have some more black-eyed peas, honey child.
Wow, it's just like she's really here.
Try all of the Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners. There's Kung Pao Chicken with Connie Chung, the Mexican dinner with Rosie Perez, Wieners and Kraut with Claudia Schiffer, and the all-American Yankee pot roast dinner with Sandra Bullock.
And if you're watching your weight, try the Lonely Man Karen Carpenter dinner.
Gee, Karen, this carrot stick looks really good, but maybe you should have it.
No thanks. I ate yesterday.
You'll never eat alone again with Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners in the frozen food section of your local supermarket.
Now available at Reams.
Because they're in town tonight.
They're at the depot.
At the depot.
I remember a long time ago with They Might Be Giants having a some kind of a little, somebody won a contest where they said, we'll come to your house or your apartment. And it was over there on 2nd, I think. It's those really kind of nice apartments. I forget what they're called, but they have a big green space, and then there's a kind of a U of separate apartments around it. You know what I'm talking about? And I think it was there, and we were there with John and John, and the contest winners, and I think they had their guitars and sang a couple of songs. It was pretty cool. It was a long time ago. Oh.
Yeah, I've got
bat them babies.
So I have lash extensions.
Your peeper covers.
And you can see them at x96.com/live. It's the amazing Lash Studio Lash Can. I'll be at the grand opening celebration for Amazing Lash Studio on Wilmington Avenue in Sugar House. That's tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m.
They look great.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. We got Boner Fight coming up.
Oh, also coming up on the 14th, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's next Wednesday.
Next week, yes.
This is the day that kids in schools all over the valley, all over the state, all over the country, and I don't know how far it extends. You know, if it's elementary
kid generated.
Yeah,
so.
elementary to college, but kids in classes. At 10 a.m., everyone is going to walk out of class, I hope.
For 17 minutes, for 1 minute for all of the kids, all of the lives. They weren't just kids, all of the people that were killed at Parkland.
17 people, 17 minutes. Walk out of class right at 10 o'clock and go back in after 17 minutes have passed. I haven't heard whether there's any pushback on this. Last night I saw my daughter, who is 13, had a form, and I didn't get quite a chance to read it all because for some reason she didn't want me to have anything to do with it because I'm a grown-up, and she's right. I should stay out of her business.
What do you know?
But it is. I know her school is going to do it. It's been everybody in the school will do it, and I think it's been, of course, the people who teach the school classes and the principals and stuff. So yeah, okay. She's in a charter school.
Now there's going to be a bigger rally.
Yeah, but let's. I mean, if you are a kid and are thinking about this, and you're probably in school now, but
yeah,
and there's some kind of problem with it, and your teachers say they don't want you to do it, or do it anyway. Do it anyway. Yes, we are encouraging civil disobedience.
Yes.
Defy your teachers and your principals and do it anyway.
I'm wondering if my alma mater, Spanish Fork High School, a lot of hunters down there, a lot of gun people. I wonder if they're going to do it.
I don't know.
So I would encourage you to, Dons of Spanish Fork.
That's D-O-N-S.
D-O-N-S.
As in the Spanish Don Quixote.
Yeah.
You always have to explain that. I didn't quite figure it out until you explained it to me.
Yeah.
Why are you the Dons?
Spanish nobleman is a Don, and that's,
We were the Scots. That's just about
Easy.
as bad. No, I think it's pretty bad.
Scots, easy.
Ben Lomond Scots. You want everybody out there's named Scott?
Sure.
Yeah.
We were the Jays. Is everyone named Jay?
And it was just the initial J, right?
No, it's a J. J-A-Y.
Well, I thought it was just the initial. You know, we're an initial. But we are encouraging you, and we stand with you. As a matter of fact, I think we ought to walk out.
We do. It's at 10 o'clock. We walk out at 10.
Yeah.
But
maybe we should go to a school. I don't know. You know, maybe I'll go to my daughter's school.
Well, yeah, that you could do that.
Here's someone who says, my daughter's principal told her that he cannot say what she should do either way. And so she thinks that he is encouraging her, but can't say it out loud.
I was wondering if that was going to be
the
case for...
I wonder.
I bet there'll be teachers that say, it's 10 o'clock.
You know what?
I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, and I'll be back in a minute.
No, Gina. No, they will not say, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee.
No?
No. Maybe I'll go have a soda. No, you can't talk
Catholic
about...
school, they go get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but in most of the schools, you can't talk about coffee. You're not. It's like sex. You're not allowed to talk about sex or coffee. I'm not kidding. I think I've told you this. I substitute taught at Box Elder High School once for a week, and I said, is there any coffee here in the teacher's lounge? And one of the teachers said, no. There used to be, but the kids complained about it. They could smell the coffee from the teacher's lounge, and they didn't care for that.
Even if you don't drink coffee, it smells good. That's
Not
a
to
good
some-
smell. That's not a bad smell.
Not to someone who thinks coffee is evil.
I
It's an
smell
evil
sex
smell.
and coffee.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, next Wednesday, 10 to 10.
10:17. Yeah,
10
let
to
us
10,
know if your friends are talking about doing.
And then
it.
there is a nationwide one coming up, a bigger thing on a Saturday, the 24th, and we'll talk about that coming up too.
Stand by, boner fight, boner of the day coming up after these, along with a reasonable amount of news.
Hey, it's John Smith on X96, and I will be your host this Sunday for SLC Punks. A full hour of your favorite punk rock and hardcore going all the way back to the old school.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Richie flew back from Cedar City, and he flew back on the plane, on the SkyWest plane, with a celebrity.
I sitting in the waiting, in the waiting room, the lobby, if you will, waiting to get on my plane. Hey,
at the terminal?
At the terminal. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But, Cedar City has a brand new airport, so it's not really like a terminal.
Mhm.
It's like a cabin, like a mini Cabela's looking airport thing.
Okay.
And terminal was the word I probably should have used there.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I see my old friend Mike Levitt, former governor and now
his old friend.
Well, and here's why. Hey, Mike. Apparently now Bill told me I should have called him Mr. Secretary. But I said, hey, Mike. Hey, Richie. How's it going?
So how do you know Mike Levitt? He's from Cedar City.
He's a Cedar SUU grad, and I met him the first time my dad used to work for him.
That's right.
And then also, though, when I did a TV show down at Southern Utah University called SUU Live, and we had him come on and sing Happy Birthday to us. He thought he was going to be discussing hard-pointed issues, and it was kind of a mix between Saturday Night Live and a late show with David Letterman kind of format. And so we got him to come on and sing Happy Birthday to us and eat birthday cake.
Yeah, it was like the Late Show with David Letterman and what else?
And Saturday Night Live.
But kind of the non-funny versions
exactly.
of those.
If you can remove all the humor
you
from
take all
those.
of the intelligence and humor out of it. It was kind of like that.
That's exactly what it was. So he sang Happy Birthday, and he's never let us forget that.
So did you tell him what you were doing? Where you'd been? Did you chat with him at all?
I did. I said, I've been working. I was down here for the radio station. He knew that I worked. He said, how's that going? I said, pretty well, working in Salt Lake. Work for X96. And he kind of went, he knew exactly what that was. I said, you're welcome to be on the program tomorrow morning if you'd like. I guess he was flying to D.C. later last night, too, so obviously he couldn't. But
did he have really any idea what X96 was?
I think
he's been on the show before.
Yeah. His face read like that he had a clue, an inkling, if you will. But just, I asked him, I said, this bird flu really a big deal? Are we really needing to worry about it?
And he said, nah.
Yeah, forget it. No, he says, it's kind of like a tropical storm. It could be something big or could be nothing. I said, okay, thanks.
What a thoughtful man. He's such
great.
a thoughtful man.
He was a nice guy.
So you rode back to Salt Lake with Mike Levitt, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
He snores, I think. It was either he or his Secret Service guy that was snoring on the front of the plane. There was only 10 of us, so we're like, come on.
I'll bet it's him. You know why he's snoring, don't you?
No idea.
He has bird flu. That's one of the first symptoms. You snore.
I'm surprised he was flying with the bird flu.
Oh, no, it makes it easy to fly. Yeah, that's part of you get the bird flu. Part of it is you start to fly.
96.3 X96.
Remember that info, because boner of the day, boner fight, coming up right after this reasonable amount of news.
Well, we'll see.
Brought to you by.
Brought to you by Get Unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
You know, I'm kind of off my game today. I'm just not feeling... I forgot to mention, by the way, yesterday was the... that was March 6th, right?
No, yesterday was the 8th.
March 8th. Yesterday. Oh, there we go. March 8th. It was the in 1990, the Zodiac killer claimed his first victim.
Oh.
So I'd forgotten to mention that. And that threw me off. And then I just realized that today also is National Meatball Day.
I can see why you're thrown off.
And you know I don't care for meatballs.
Well, you won't be celebrating that.
Yeah.
Well, bald food.
Yeah, I don't care for bald meat of any kind or bald food in general.
Like a cake pop? Don't give Bill a cake pop.
Holy, don't get me started on a cake pop.
I'll take his cake pop.
So I'm just afraid that today it's going to be cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
No, it's
No?
nice, actually.
So Mitt Romney graduated from Brigham Young University, and as did his wife, Ann.
My very human wife, Ann.
And their 5 very human sons.
My human children.
You know, there's Shep,
Flip,
Chunt,
Chico, and Eddie, I think.
Too many syllables.
But now Brigham Young University has asked Brigham Young University has asked Mitt Romney and the Romney campaign to not use their logos or shots of their campus in his campaign commercials.
Because he's not conservative enough for them?
In his last 2-minute announcement posted online last month, Romney included clips of BYU students walking past the Franklin S. Harris Fine Arts Center, which only has one painting.
It's a bowl of fruit.
And
an inoffensive bowl of fruit.
And the Harold B. Lee Library, which has one work of fiction. While the Republican candidate does not appear in the shots, the private university owned by the Mormon Church has strict rules on how its image can be used. We have spoken with Mitt Romney's campaign about the brief clip showing the campus and our political neutrality policy, said a school spokesperson. While it is true that everyone here will vote for Mitt Romney. No, she didn't say that.
You didn't have to say it.
We have been assured by the campaign staff that the footage will be removed from future campaign materials. So UTA has decided, well, the state legislature has decided to rebrand UTA. They feel that its image has been sullied over the years.
Because it sucks?
And they are going to change the name of UTA to Transit District of Utah.
Terrible.
TDU. To-do. What's the to-do here?
This is not necessary.
No.
Well, and
UTA
changing its image is one thing, but if they fix it from the inside, then yeah. But if you're just putting on a new logo and still have the same corrupt people in charge,
UTA says it will cost up to $50 million to make the name change. I think that shows that we're serious about dealing with this, said one legislator. TDU doesn't really have a great sound to it, though.
No,
said Carol Spackman Moss. She said UTA is a great name. What's wrong with the name? You change stuff. You don't have to change the name. They say it will cost about $50 million to switch to a new name because you have to change everything. Yeah. 6,400 bus stops, 700 buses, all of the trains, all of the fare products, everything. The bill dramatically alters UTA's management structure as well, replacing the 16-member board of trustees with a 3-member team that would be responsible for running the agency. So they've done that. $50 million they'll spend on that, but they're closing down the Ogden to Pleasant View section of track, just closing it down because the federal government says you got to put in some safety measures here. It's one of the, I forget what it's called, but it's to prevent derailments and things like that.
The override system.
Yeah.
Oh, so instead of making something safe.
That would cost $1.65 million.
We'll just take it away.
We're just going to close that
We
down.
don't care if you use it or not.
We're just going to close that. But we'll spend $50 million on rebranding. An Australian-style milk bar will be opening in Salt Lake.
A milk bar?
Milk.
Like different kinds of milk are available
like,
on tap?
Clockwork Orange.
It's Australia's name for a corner store.
Oh.
Where neighbors can get hot coffee, quick bite to eat, candy, ice cream. The Salt Lake version will be called Milk Bar by 5 Seeds. Okay, we're already in trouble.
Yeah.
It will be called Milk Bar by FIVE, the number 5, EEDS. Is that 5 feeds, 5 seeds? What is that?
One more time, the number 5.
No, it's
We've already talked about this.
Yes.
Too much.
FIVE,
okay.
The number 5, EEDS. What is that?
It's a terrible name for a business, is what it is.
I don't.
Why don't you just tell us what it is?
The full service restaurant. It's named for their 5 children.
Again, we don't care.
Let's move on.
We don't care.
No, we'll move on. Let's see. I've had a little computer trouble here. So, I never did tell you about the about Stinky Butt, did I?
No.
You teased Stinky Butt.
I know. And I'd love to be able to tell you about Stinky Butt, but the computer that I have here.
It didn't have the information on the milk bar. It doesn't have the information.
If I ask it to do too much, it gets really sad and cries for a while and won't do anything. On Wednesday afternoon, Jacksonville City Police searched for a suspect wanted by several departments after receiving an anonymous tip. Now, police say that they received an anonymous tip about a wanted felon whose name is Dreshadrian Montrell Hunter. Dreshadrian Montel Hunter, also known as Stinky Butt. The caller said Mr. Hunter, or Stinky Butt, was walking around the area of Lincoln Park. He was wearing a black hoodie and black jeans. Jacksonville police responded and saw Mr. Hunter, Stinky Butt, who fled to a wooded area between the streets in question. Police set up a perimeter and tried to locate him, but they couldn't get him. So you're all wondering, why is he called Stinky Butt?
I was wondering that.
As far as I can tell, this is never mentioned in the story.
Yes?
I'm stunned. But so they take pains to point out that his nickname is Stinky Butt.
Okay.
And they talk about how they finally catch him.
Okay.
When he escaped from this one, took him to jail.
Nothing?
No mention.
This is a whole lot of not information, and
I don't get it.
Okay.
This is the stuff I have to deal with every day, ladies and gentlemen. I try to make decisions that are helpful.
Trying to make decisions that are helpful, brought to you by Try a Subway Starting 5 Fresh Value Meal featuring favorite subs of the Utah Jazz. Starting lineup, enter to win a VIP suite experience. Go into Subway, find out how to enter.
If anybody knows Stinky Butt, let me know. I don't know. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. He's the winner of round 1. It is I Am in My Own Country. An Asian man getting into an Asian American man getting into some kind of a confrontation with a woman, arguing with her. He's with his wife and their child, as I recall, and the Asian American man said, "I better tape this on my phone, better record it." So there's a recording of this woman who it turns out is a California college faculty member arguing with him, and then she walks away and says to the Asian American man, "You just go back to your home country." And he tries to explain to her back as she's walking away, "I am in my home country. I was born here." That's boner candidate number 1. And boner candidate number 2, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. A funeral home which presented to a guy, he said, "We waited 3 hours for the body. The funeral was late, and there's this decomposing body, not even my mother, but that's my mother's dress." And they did this to 4 other funerals that same day. That's boner candidate number 2.
Most amazing. All right, you've got to decide which one of these 2 is the worst, and therefore deserving to be boner of the day? 1 or 2? Put the candidate number that you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to our short code 33986. You can call 877-602-9696, use your voice, or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight March 9 and vote there. You've only got 4.5 minutes, though. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
X96 gives you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding with John Smith right after Radio from
Recently on the Rachel Ray show, she was promoting her new fragrance, which she calls Fancy. It's $85. She sprayed some in the air and then started naming all the benefits. The main one was that it allows you to fart and nobody can smell it.
That's a selling point.
That's what she said. She said if you're in an elevator and you're wearing this perfume.
She's a classy one.
Do they have a guy's version? Because, boy, I tell you, I'm holding...
You want to wear something called Fancy?
I'm holding one back right now, and I don't want to...
Go ahead.
I don't want to hurt you guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Go on.
Why?
Do it.
Go
do
outside.
It. Come on, chicken. Come on, do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Not chicken. I'm just not sure you really want
Do
that.
it.
Why do you want him to do that?
Do it. I don't believe him. I don't believe he's holding one.
I believe he always has one ready.
And I don't believe...
I believe he
Just put the microphone down.
Don't do it. I'll leave the room.
And I don't believe it's going to be as bad as you say.
What, you weren't serious?
That's the lowest we have ever sung on the radio.
And I didn't even go all the way.
Oh, man.
There's more.
That's dangerous. Yeah, he did. I made him. I made him.
You know how I am with peer pressure. Here, Carrie, have a drink. Here, Carrie, fart. You know, pull my finger. Listen, it started when I was a kid. It started when I was a kid. My dad used to make me pull his finger.
He did. I don't smell anything. Seems fine.
It'll circulate.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, maybe we better take a break.
I haven't been eating much meat lately, so.
Oh, geez. Well,
you know.
You know, for someone that just tuned
really
into
good.
this show for the first time,
I know,
just
they would,
now,
we don't usually do that.
We've lost them forever.
Usually,
really?
You know, we're.
Do you think? You don't think that they could forgive us just this one?
I can't forgive you.
Now, long-time listeners of the Radio from Hell show, if you'd like to call us now.
Listen, I was goaded into it.
I did.
Hope
I
you're
pushed
both
him.
happy.
He was calling me names. He was pointing at me.
I pushed him. It's a good thing there wasn't a cliff.
I'm glad we don't have a sponsor for the boner right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll ever have
Nope.
one either after that. Oh, my God.
He made me. All right. Uh-oh.
Weather?
Somebody just texted and says, well, that's why you guys have a new three-year contract.
And Sue just texted in, I am so proud to be your wife
Your bags
right now.
are on the porch.
I also just got a texter that says, I can smell it from here.
It really is bad.
Is it?
Well, I've been holding it all morning. I haven't had a chance to leave.
I know what that's like.
I figured I'd be fine until, at 10.
Yeah.
It really started to kink up, and then you talked about that perfume.
Oh, God, I can't believe you did that.
Now, listen, how do you guys know it wasn't just a recording of a fart?
It wasn't. He put the
Shut
microphone
up.
down.
Shut up. It could have just been a recording of a fart. You don't know.
You don't, but I'm here to tell you it wasn't.
Well, see, these guys are selling it. They're acting.
Nope. That was real.
Oh, man.
Great.
Oh, wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah, it was. It was real.
Told you.
Yeah.
Thought you were going to do it, too.
No.
All right.
I don't have one, or I might.
Is it like yawning? It just, once somebody does it, everybody
it's
just
contagious.
just
I
jumps
got.
in.
No.
Okay. All right.
Radio from Hell with Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, it's 9:35. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a chicken pot pie and and then we had also a cheese and potato pie and some salad.
There was much pie, it sounds like. And Lucky's Auto Credit, where $77 on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com.
So Boner candidate number 1 was I am in my own country, the college faculty member who said to an Asian American man she was arguing with, go back to your own country. Well, he's born in America. And Boner candidate number 2, that's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. This funeral home just really screwing stuff up. And they did 4 funerals wrong. The prominent one we talked about, they bring out the body. 3 hours late, they bring the casket out. They open the casket for the viewing. There's a decomposing body in a dress that is the guy's mother's dress, but the decomposing body is not his mother. A hearty handshake can be... I gave one yesterday at Dr. Carroll's office.
You did?
I did. I met 2 friends of the program, and I can't go to Dr. Carroll, the dentist, without meeting a friend of the program.
Brighton Family Dentistry, is that where you went?
Yeah. But I gave a hearty handshake yesterday. And the winner, Boner candidate number 2. That's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom.
All right, there you go. That is now your Boner of the Day for Friday. We'll get to Boner of the Week coming up in the next break with Dave the Flower Guy.
I was speaking of mortuaries. I keep meaning to find out about this, and I haven't been able to yet. Just haven't found the time. So there are 2 mortuaries on First South.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is closed now. And it has a big wire, it has wire fencing around. Have you noticed that? I go on First South all the time.
I don't keep track of my mortuaries.
No, so Richie's burst in here. He must know about this. Because it's a really cool old building, the mortuary that's closed. Is it Evans and Early that's closed? There are 2 there. There's one is O'Donnell and Sons on First South, and then the other is Evans and Early.
I can't remember, but I saw an article in the newspaper talking about how business was dead, so they... no, I'm just teasing.
You came in there here to do that?
Yes, I did, but I do want to tell you this. If you have never done this before, there is a downloadable, walkable tour you can do of First South that I know everyone...
Okay.
Right, here comes Richie spouting this stuff that talks about all the different buildings. Those mortuaries used to be... like the millionaires back in the silver mine days of Utah.
Homes, yeah.
Their homes. It'll tell you about a couple that burnt down.
First South and South Temple are just loaded with...
Yeah, and you can just
stuff.
walk it, and it's a downloadable thing that you could get to your phone, and you just walk, and you can find about, like, the reason why Kearns is named Kearns. You guys know?
The Kearns family.
Governor Kearns.
Yeah, the Kearns and the Kearns family and their wealth, but you can find out exactly who they are. Murray. Same deal.
It was
F.
guy
Murray Abraham?
Yeah.
He was a dog walker.
It wasn't F. Murray?
Do you know why it's called Sugar House?
Because they used to have a sugar beet factory there. And a prison.
Is your assumption, but do you know that for sure?
Yeah.
And do you know where the quote-unquote sugar house used to be?
No, not exactly.
So it's
Sugar House Park.
No, that was the prison.
That's where the prison was. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I was lobbying for them to move the state prison to Sugar House Park, but
it
nobody
back. No.
nobody wanted that. See, it was there before. Let's put it there.
Yeah.
There's some room.
I think I've suggested this before. They have that open air bus tour.
Oh, the Old Salty. I think that's what they used to call it. I think they still do. Old Salty.
I think we need to take that tour.
Okay. I guess
when it's warmer.
Yeah, it's only in the summer, I think. I haven't seen it out.
They really bring it out when like doTERRA or Adobe is downtown because a lot of people from elsewhere want to do those things.
They drive through my neighborhood, and I always wonder, are they like pointing out my house?
That's where Gina Barberi. It's kind of sad because there's a recording, and it's
not a live person.
I think it's a recording. Maybe it's a live guy, but so you look into the bus, and there's like 2 people on it.
Yeah.
This is a lot of work driving around and polluting the air for 2 people.
And Gina, people are in your neighborhood because it's prophets' houses. You know that. LDS prophets who lived in your neighborhood at one point. It's the same reason why they go down the street from me.
That's where they prophesied.
It's the hop on, hop off bus tour.
Yeah.
Of Salt Lake.
I'd like to, if I wasn't so busy driving, being the chauffeur for the liberal limousine.
Yeah.
I could maybe drive that bus. I think I want to get I really do want to get a chauffeur's cap that says, liberal limousine, FU on it.
Tell you what I can do. You bought me one time.
In New Orleans.
A chauffeur's cap. If I can find it, which I know I still have it, it's probably in my costume box. I will bring it, and you can have it back.
I'll wear it periodically.
Yeah.
This is Patrick Stewart. How are you liking the program so far?
I've been enjoying it. I think it's been gone pretty well. I have not had a real thought in my
this
head
break
all day.
specifically.
There has to be a script of that hop on, hop off bus tour. We should do it where you guys read the script of the hop on, hop off bus and do a radio from
and
Hell
drive
tour
people
of
around
Salt Lake.
in the liberal limousine.
Yeah, I have a better idea.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it on the air because it's a better idea, and I think it's something we could do.
Is it not doing that?
No, it's not doing that.
My better idea is let's not.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not and say we did.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back with Boner of the Week. But first, ranlife.com.
The Rand Life Civil Service Grant is a thank you.
Program, Carrie and Bill. And let's see, it's time to check out the answering machine. Have you...
Yeah, go ahead and access it. We have an answering machine here at work because, well, we don't like personal calls at home. I use my phone at home for outgoing calls only.
Hi there, you've reached the offices of Carrie and me, Bill, the Radio from Hell guys. And if you have anything to say to us, we're not picking up, so wait for the beep.
Usually these calls come in after hours. I mean, after we're not here, that is.
After like 1 or 2.
It's rewinding.
Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Allred. This is Dr. Arnold's office calling.
Oh.
I have what I hope is good news for both you and Samantha. Samantha's definitely pregnant.
Hey.
She's a very healthy bitch, so we anticipate no problems. She's about a month along.
Good.
So she should deliver in about 2 months. Our
No.
office will be open until 5 p.m., so please try to pick her up before then. We'll have her well-groomed and ready to go.
Well-groomed?
I didn't tell you guys I got a
Thank
Chihuahua,
you.
did I?
Oh, it's a Chihuahua.
It's a little. I got a new little dog.
Oh, they're so cute.
I know you
They
got
are.
little beady eyes.
Yeah, they are.
Gonna have
Hi,
pups.
Carrie. This is Libby Weaver from Fox News.
Oh.
Hey, would you stop leaving your underwear in my mailbox?
Again?
If you don't stop, I'm going to have to call the police, Carrie. Bye.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the in vitro fertilization clinic at the University of Utah calling for Ralph Allred. Mr. Allred, we have the sperm sample you left with us yesterday, and, well, I'm not sure what to say here. The sample you left with us, it's not human. Please
Bill,
return our call.
Bill, you're supposed to...
Oh, I didn't understand.
Leave yours. Wait, not... Never mind.
Hi, Carrie. This is Shauna Parsons from Fox News. Listen, you've got to stop leaving your underwear in my mailbox. This is getting absolutely
turn this
ridiculous.
off?
I have
There we
called
go.
the Salt Lake Police,
Could we
and
turn-
there is a restraining order against you, so wise up.
Can we turn
Bye.
this off, please?
Way to go, Carrie.
None of any...
Add it
Bill?
again.
It's Chunga. I got my big toe caught
Oh,
in the
no.
water spout of the tub again, and I
Oh,
can't
no.
get it out.
Again?
I've been here for about 2 hours, and I'm lonely, and the water's too cold. Bill, I ran out of beer, and I'm down to my last cigar.
This happens to
Now,
you.
I know you said that last time this happened, you wouldn't help me again, but everybody else has said that too.
That's right.
Can you come over?
No.
Please?
No.
Well, I see...
Make sure you bring some soap,
Well,
okay?
I see you got out okay.
Well,
I mean,
finally,
Again, you did this.
Mike Summers came and got me out.
well, how nice of him to
and he
do
brought some soap and
How nice.
Your little sponge bag.
yeah.
All right.
Carrie, Al Bain from K-Bear calling.
Oh, okay. Al Bain.
Look, do me a favor. Quit leaving your underwear in my mailbox.
we
And I
turn-
know they're yours because I don't know anybody else that wears Ren and Stimpy and Simpsons underwear.
Can we
So I
turn
know
this
they're
off?
yours. Wouldn't mind as much if they weren't soiled. But quit leaving them in there or I'm going to have to call the authorities. See ya.
So the little problem is back, eh?
I was wondering what that was in my mailbox, Carrie.
Way to go.
You're sick.
Nightfall.
and fitty. Time now for Boner of the Week.
Dave, the Flower Guy, is here to select Boner of the Week. We've got 5 candidates. We have had Dave do this for the past, let's see, I think you've been doing this for only a couple of months, right? No, it's been longer than a couple of months?
About 25.
25
Months?
years?
Years.
25 years?
Can't be.
We've known you 25 years, Dave?
Yeah,
About
yeah,
that?
about
Well,
that.
why? It can't be because you would have left us a long time ago.
That's right.
If it had been that long.
You've put up with all of this for
Yeah,
25
yeah.
years.
Put up with all that.
I know, and I know your mother tells you every day, don't go down there.
Are you still talking to those people?
No, she likes you guys.
Oh, you
Oh, she likes us. Okay. All right, Dave, here we go. We're going to let you pick the Boner of the Week, and then you can get about your business of selling flowers, and pretty soon you'll be mowing lawns. I
You
know.
line up my lawn job.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Boner candidate number 1 from Monday. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. This was, this is the guy who was exonerated for murder. He'd been in prison in Oklahoma for 23 years.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. He was released. And you know what Oklahoma gave him?
Nothing.
Nothing. No compensation. They're one of 8 states in the union that has no compensation laws.
He didn't even get a hearty handshake.
No, he got the bum's rush is what he got. He said, I'm glad to be free. I'm not going to complain, but geez. Boner candidate number 2 from Tuesday. This lawmaker was late for a vote. He was picking up his wife at the high school. It's the state of Tennessee, who has child bride marriages. That it is legal. You can get married. You can marry a girl as young as 13 if she's pregnant. In Tennessee.
Just
Boner candidate number 3 from Wednesday. Listen, I'm just an amateur white supremacist. It's just a hobby. So a teacher in Florida who seemed to be a sunny, wonderful, all right gal until they discovered she had a podcast and an alternate name in which she was espoused white supremacist, dare I say, globalist views. No, globalists, that's what the white supremacists call people that they don't like, globalists.
Well, because we want the globe to be together.
We want one world government.
It's a crazy thing.
Is that that doesn't sound like a bad
It's the
thing.
United Federation of Planets. It's the same.
Gina, it's you know who mostly wants that? It's the Jews.
Is that right?
It's the Jews who want that.
Okay.
It's kind of really a code word, a negative for those people.
Okay.
To call Jews in particular. They're globalists. Anyway, that's what she was doing in her spare time. She said, no, it was satire. It was a hobby.
It's a character I play.
Yeah.
Like Alex Jones.
Boner candidate number 4 from Thursday. Adults make the laws. And that's maybe the problem. It's just what an ass woman Florida legislator. You ass woman Florida legislator who said in response to all of this uprising in Florida, the students from Parkland going up to the legislature and talking, and she said, if you look down here on the floor of the legislature, they're all adults down here. We adults make the laws.
What if the kids want to pass a law that says they don't have to do homework anymore?
Yeah, she said that. We could have children passing laws to say they didn't want homework anymore.
They're not
Shut
there for that.
up. It's time to move out of the way, you old bat. Boner candidate number 4 and boner candidate number 5 from today. That's my mom's dress, but that's not my mom. Decomposing body at the mortuary. They look into the casket and say, that's not mom. It's her dress, but it's not her. All right, Dave. Pretty hard today, I would think. Which one is the worst?
Number 4.
Number 4, adults make the laws, and that's perhaps the problem. Number 4 is Boner of the Week.
There is your Boner of the Week. Thank you very much, Dave.
Yep.
Let's do the promo and work our way out of here.
Slowly. Yes.
Are we crawling out today?
No, I think we're going to sidle out and hope no one notices us.
We hope you're enjoying your weekend on Monday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45 on Monday, Amy Donaldson will talk sports, all the sports.
At 7:47, okay, we have Kevin Hart tickets to give away.
At 8 a.m., Bill Frost talks about TV, and at 8:45, I'll give you geek news on the radio.
That's all on Monday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Found out about my mortuary. It's the old Evans and Early mortuary, and it was a mansion built a long time ago for a very wealthy man, but it's for sale.
I think you should buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful inside, too. I just watched a video tour of it. Hi, you buddy. What are your
Hey, dudes.
So your teeth all done now?
These are the actual teeth. Yeah.
These are the
the
permanents.
These are the permanents.
I got to see them up
Where's
close
the?
here. What is it?
Much better.
Do we have a tooth cam?
Look at me. Let's see.
Let's see.
Much better.
Face
Good.
that camera there.
This one right here.
That one right there. No, is it
This
that
one right here.
It's this one.
Hey, ladies.
There you go.
Yeah, right. That's going to work. That's going to work. The teeth are great. And look at the haircut and glasses. He's ready.
Hey, yeah. Watch for fallen panties.
Well, what does the wife say?
She likes them.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, man. I've had more compliments on my teeth the last 2 weeks than I have my entire life combined.
Well, why would anybody have complimented those old teeth?
They were awful.
Yeah.
John walked into the house and his wife threw her panties at him.
That's right.
And shouted, "Here, do the laundry."
Which is great
It was-
because she used to throw garbage at me and who are you? No, it's been really cool and
sad to hear about his wife's dementia. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like being at work.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who I am. It's kind of fun.
Unfortunate.
It looks good.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
This is Patrick Stewart.
You know what I have today?
How are you liking the
show.
program so far?
Oh, I can't. I don't have headphones on. I couldn't hear. Sorry. I have Smashing Pumpkins tickets.
Great.
That I'm giving away at 11 o'clock.
Where are they playing?
They're going to be playing the Vivint Smart Home Arena on September the 4th.
Really?
Yes.
The Viv.
The Viv. So, and it's cool. It's like a reunion tour. So it's like just back in the back in the 90s. You had James Eha, you had Jimmy Chamberlain, you had William Corgan, as he's now known. And just like in the 90s, you've got Darcy sitting at home bitching about something, not doing anything productive for the band.
Well, I understand she's taking in some laundry.
Yeah, something like that.
She takes in laundry.
So you'll have, I think it was the bass player who was on the...
yes, it was.
Yeah. The Bullet with Butterfly Wings album.
All right. Well, that's good.
Okay.
That's a good album. All right, so is that good enough?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Divorce takes time. Stabbing is immediate.
Yes. John Smith is next.
Please keep listening.
A 1 hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.